Here is the result if you just want to see the result. Otherwise, keep watching for the development of it. And how we will do it is at the start of every hero, I will quickly say the lore, and then we will discuss where we put it based on the personality and energy of the hero. Thank you so much to two of my favorite Russians and one of the last maniacs who still plays Artifact, Duke BG, Ingvar, and Semperpi for helping me out. Also, I apologize for the bad quality of the audio. I made sure that the volume was fine, but I didn't check that there was no background sound and all that stuff, so that's on me. But this was really fun to make, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it. So I got Duke BG.
Hi.
And Semperfi.
Hey, that's me.
And Ingvar.
Yes, hello.
Okay, so first off, we got Abaddon.
Lawful neutral. That's the best way you can be, I feel like. He's basically a soldier that defends his family's name.
Yeah, it's definitely neutral and lawful because of the stuff they follow, right? In that kind of community of Abaddons.
Yeah.
the fonts of Avernus, the Avernus house.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, Alchemist. He blew up a mountain while trying to turn it into gold. So they imprisoned him for the damages caused, and then he met the big yellow ogre in the prison, and then they broke out together, and now they're basically just they're in the battle of Dota 2 to find ingredients so they can keep doing their alchemy and once again turn the mountain to gold. So they don't even care about like the ancient battle or anything. They just care about making gold.
Because of that, because he wants his precious shekels. I think he's more of a chaotic neutral. You know, like he's not really good or evil, but just like he stands on the middle ground of he doesn't care about the laws as long as he can, pretty much get money, Yeah,
he acts on his personal benefit. He only wants money. That's it. Yeah, I also think he's chaotic, but I don't know if like neutral or evil. I don't think he's evil. Yeah, it's probably neutral.
Yeah.
I was gonna say evil, cause like he's literally running around killing people to take like their ingredients, like their body parts. For his stuff.
I mean, that is kind of evil, yeah.
Hero is killing everybody, so...
Well, evil is kind of
that's
subjective, because in this term it's more like the maliciousness of it. With him, it's more of like, oh, this is this is for money, basically. That's his goal, It's not more about taking like the life of someone.
Yeah, I think evil is when they enjoy like the actual act of being evil. So I think neutral fits better.
Yeah, you're right. Next up is, Ancient Apparition, and his lore is basically just that he is cold incarnate. He's basically heat death. I'm not gonna go into exactly what that means. That's gonna take a while for this video. He's basically.
In layman's terms, he's an old being that's existed for a very long time. And this is only a fraction of his power that came from the cold of the void. That's basically what he is essentially.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have any sides. I think he's pretty much like a true neutral, pretty much. He just kind of exists. He's just kind of
Yeah, I
there.
agree.
Yeah, I don't think there's any debate on that.
Yeah, boy, Anti-Mage. Now his story is basically that his people was slain by the army of the dead god, and now he's trying to like kill all magic users.
Definitely lawful, because he's enforcing the law, especially in the artifact lore. He's a law officer working for the
Tyler Estate.
Yep.
Tyler Estate.
I think I disagree with that, because no. Lawful good is more so like following the order, like someone like a holy crusader that follows like the scriptures.
So
Anti-Mage is a man who follows his own code. I mean. I think he's lawful evil in this. No, then.
Evil? Why would he be evil?
I don't know. I like Anti-Mage. I like Anti-Mage a lot. I don't think he's evil though. That's the thing.
I think he's neutral. He's not good. Like he doesn't care. Like if he sees magic, he just wants to kill it, right? I don't think that's good.
I actually thought immediately neutral good. Like I don't see how he's necessarily lawful. Because he doesn't really follow any rules. He's like, if somebody who would follow the rules wouldn't.
He works for Tyler Estate, and he probably have some set of rules, right?
Yeah, but he's an assassin hired by them, and he originally was
hired
just.
By it.
Whenever I get an anti-mage on my team, if it's not like if it's me, I'm super happy because I love playing him. But if it's another person, like they're definitely evil. They take all the form. Like people who play Anti-Mage, are they usually evil or good?
They're super selfish.
Arc Warden, which is basically when the Dire and the Radiant was created, they were part of like this big primordial mind, and then it shattered and created the universe. And Arc Warden is a third fragment who is much weaker than the Dire and the Radiant, who initially imprisoned them and sent them into space, where they caught the orbit of the Dota 2 planet, and then they landed on the planet and like made the Dota 2 battle happen. It's super simplified, but that's basically what it is.
I think that's chaotic good.
I'm not sure, but chaotic is literally enforcing the law about the ancients. He wants to put them into place. So that's maybe lawful.
Yeah, but is that a law though? I think he just wants to fix what has been broken, right? And he doesn't care what action it takes, right? He just wants to do it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, probably I can see that.
Okay, yeah, boy, Axe. Axe is basically he's an Oglodi who became part of the Oglodi army called the Red Mist, and then in order to rise in ranks, he just basically killed everyone above him until he became the only member left, which made him the general. And then he started going on adventures instead because he got bored. So he's like traveling around finding things for his bard to write about.
Chaotic stupid. Chaotic to the max, and he's not really trying to do anything good, so... Chaotic.
Yeah, or evil. He's kind of
Yep.
neutral, yeah.
I don't know, I think he's kind of good. You know, like his...
He killed all of his...
He killed all of his own clans, he didn't care about them. That's not lawful, that's not good at all.
Okay, but people change, okay? In his comic, like, he's seeking out evil people to take them down.
He does that so he could make a name for himself for the book. That,
Okay, true. Okay.
I think he's chaotic evil.
Yeah, I agree.
Straight
He's
up.
definitely chaotic evil.
Yeah.
He is the living nightmare from a goddess that had a really bad dream, basically.
People who play him are definitely evil. Okay, so Bat Rider, he's from the Yalmaraskov jungle, and he got caught by a bat, and then he killed the bat mid-air, but then he wanted to fly again, so he sought out the cave that contained all the bats, and then ever since he has been flying on bats.
Definitely chaotic. I'm not sure about
Chaotic, definitely chaotic. He's not good either. He's either neutral or evil at this part.
He's an arsonist, he's evil.
That's not necessarily evil. Like, fires can be good for the nature when there's like a brush of leaves. If there's not gonna be a fire, there's gonna be more ecological problems. So fire is not necessarily evil.
Yeah, Beastmaster, he basically grew up in the king's palace, raising the king's animals. And then one of the animals was like a super special animal that like wanted to be freed, but the king didn't listen, didn't set it free. And then the animal was like telepathically talking to Beastmaster, and like they got a bond and stuff, but then the animal died. And so Beastmaster went berserk and let all the animals out, and then the king was assassinated. And then he went out into the woods and became a vegan.
I think Beastmaster is a chaotic good character.
Why chaotic?
He's more like a rebel type of character, which this alignment like definition kind of pretty much describes him. So basically, I mean, he does like protect nature in a way, but does so with his own law and the best of his ability.
Mm-hmm.
And that ability is, with his animals.
That sounds good, actually.
Wow.
I agree that he's good.
Yeah. If he follows his own moral compass, which although good, may not agree with that of society, and he's a Beastmaster. He's away from society.
I don't know. I agree with good, but I'm kind of thinking neutral good instead. I don't see him as particularly chaotic or particularly lawful.
Yeah, I agree with the neutral good. I mean, chaotic good would act in the moment, and he doesn't really act in the moment that much.
So where he's from, his people worships these gods called the Flayed Twins, which need a lot of blood, and how they acquire it is by Bloodseeker running into battle, slaying people, and then his weapons and armor like absorbs the blood and sends it to them. And if he doesn't, then the Flayed Twins will consume his people, so he has to.
Definitely evil.
evil. But does he actually want to though? Is he bloodthirsty himself, or is it just for his gods?
He kills people without the regards of what good it will be
Yeah.
for society, so that's probably very evil.
I think it's more lawful evil than following orders.
Yeah. He basically, that's really good point.
I agree. But okay, so I was thinking about some heroes earlier, like trying to get like a overlook of like what the map might end up looking like. And for example, Omni Knight, I immediately thought lawful good. And then he would be like the opposite of Bloodseeker. But they're actually pretty much the same. The only difference is that Omni Knight looks like he's a good person, but he also killed people in the name of his god. So how would you compare Omni Knight and Bloodseeker? Would you put them in the same, or are they actually different?
I would put Omni into neutral.
I would put Omni in lawful good. He's like classic Dungeons and Dragons paladin.
Yeah, but how is he different from Bloodseeker then?
I think Bloodseeker has like thirst for blood and all that stuff, and he actually enjoys killing, while Omni Knight is more of he does it as a chore. He has to do it.
Yeah.
Omni Knight does heal people. Healing is good. Killing is bad.
Bloodseeker can also heal with his Q.
Yeah, but that requires killing.
Yeah, true.
I mean, the context within what Omni Knight does for killing is for, like, you know, I guess it's for the greater good. That's what Chen is. But then with the main purpose of Bloodseeker is just to fetch blood for the gods, so the ones he serves.
Yeah, but it is to save his people. If he doesn't give them blood, the gods will kill his people. But I guess I get what you're saying, because in his voice lines, he does say some things about thirsting for blood. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Bounty Hunter. He's from an unknown species. He speaks an unknown language. He was an orphan raised by somebody, but like his backstory is really, everyone disagrees on it because there's so many rumors about what he is. But what everybody knows is that he's an infamous bounty hunter that travels around taking down people. Basically anyone. If you pay enough money, he will take down anyone.
Sounds like chaotic neutral to me.
Yeah, chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral.
Brewmaster, he's basically from a place where the biggest art and the biggest achievement you can do is to brew good beer or something. Am I wrong? And then he's like the best brewmaster out of everyone, and that's why he's called Brewmaster. And he's also half celestial, and a celestial is the type of god that Storm Spirit, Earth Spirit, Void Spirit, and Ember Spirit, basically what the spirits that merged with either a human or a statue or whatever, those are celestials, and Brewmaster's father was one of those.
I feel like he's either neutral good or chaotic good. I don't know which one, because like he doesn't even know when he like gets really drunk. He releases the spirits, you know. And he just cares about good beer. That's all he cares about.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about. Good beer and a good fight, probably.
I would put him in chaotic good.
Yeah, I don't see how he's neutral or evil.
Yeah.
Being drunk and fighting is definitely chaotic.
Maybe neutral, I don't know. But good, I mean, look at his face. He's so cute and good.
Okay, Bristleback. Basically, his backstory is that he worked as an enforcer at the tavern, and then somebody didn't pay their tab, so there was a huge fight, and he got beat up. And now he's like trying to train and get better at fighting so he can one day find that one person and beat him up back. And that one person is Tusk. I don't know. I don't think he's evil, and I don't think he's good.
Yeah. I think he's either chaotic good or neutral good in that sense then.
I would honestly maybe put him like I would put him here, I think. Cause he's like, I think he's lawful because like he worked as an enforcer. Fair enough, like it was so he could beat people up when they didn't pay their tabs, but he was like following rules.
Doesn't he constantly break rules in the tavern most of the time though?
Yeah, he also breaks rules to fight a lot, so probably neutral good maybe.
Good though? I don't know. I'm looking at true neutral.
Think
I
of
don't
your.
think he's good.
You don't think he's good?
Nah.
Think of the average Bristleback player. Is there anyone more true neutral? The average Bristleback player, like, they have like 90 IQ. They like heroes that are tanky so they can think more before they feed. They don't like, they're not like evil or good. They just want to play Dota and not feed. And like be safe, but not like, they will also get mad if you tell them to do something. So like, they're not chaotic, they're not lawful, they're not good, they're not evil, they're just true neutral. Okay, Broodmother. Basically, she's from this mountain where she like raised her spiderlings, and then there was this guy who made like his house on top of the mountain so that she would protect him from like the people who would attack him by killing like people who came to the mountain to get into his
Basically,
house.
She's a giant spider. That's all she is. She's just a giant spider.
Yeah, but like, and then the thing is, for some reason, I can't remember, but for some reason she decided to like travel beyond the mountain to like find new food for her spiderlings or something.
Yeah. She also had a love flame with Monkey King.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that. I don't. How does that even work?
Monkey King can transform. You know.
Oh.
Who
Okay.
knows? Let's see. Where do I put Broodmother though? That's kind of tough. Actually.
Okay, so think of a crazy obsessed mother. What would she be?
Maybe like a neutral good. Nah,
Yeah,
I don't think
good.
she's neutral good.
Why do you see her as good?
Because all she cares about is more, of her babies. That's all she cares about, her children.
Yeah, but she doesn't care like other people in any way. Like,
Yeah, because they're food.
So not good. She would need to care about other people to be good. If she cares only about her own children, that's not enough to be good.
Then what is that then if you care about your children more than other people?
I don't know, I think she's kind of evil, because I remember... Hold on, let me look this up so I don't give false information. There's one story about Broodmother where... Let me find it. Okay. Once, an unnamed blacksmith wandered into Black Arachnia's lair. Fearing for his life, he begged the Broodmother to spare him, and in return, he would craft her a set of armor. Blah 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 blah, she said okay, and he did it. He made the armor. Satisfied, Black Arachnia upheld her promise and set the blacksmith free, only to watch him be eaten alive by her spiderlings. She's evil!
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's
Okay.
evil, okay. I mean, killing the blacksmith was an act of evil.
It was an act of evil, but it's to protect, her children.
And I mean, she also upheld her promise to the blacksmith very specifically to the word, so maybe that's even lawful evil.
Okay, so that's it for this part. I will be releasing these over the coming weeks. One episode here, one episode there, if you like them. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you disagree with any of our decisions, and I'll see you around. Peace. Okay, Centaur, Warrunner.
He was the best of the best. He decided to go out of Omex to prove himself to be the best warrior in the world.
Yeah.
So he's not a bad guy. He just does it for sport, essentially, for like entertainment. It's Kind's culture for him.
So not chaotic, probably not lawful, but is he good or evil?
Yeah, he just wants a good fight. That's all he wants. He just wants a good fight.
Yes. Mostly neutral.
So
Isn't it kind of evil, though, to actively go out and seek out people to kill just for the thrill of it and wanting to prove you're the best?
Doesn't
But
like
that's-
Bristleback and Tusk does though?
They just
just
want to
fight.
fight. They want to fight
Yeah.
people of equal
But in
measure.
Centaur culture, it's okay to kill. Like, it's basically like a fight should end in a kill. That's what they believe.
yeah, let's probably leave him in the same square as Bristleback.
Chaos Knight. He's one of the fundamentals of the physics. What's it called again? Fundamentals of the physics of the universe? No. Physics
Huh?
fundamental forces of what's it
I
called?
thought it was fundamentals. That's it. Just fundamentals.
Okay, and basically he is
Enigma,
a strong
Io,
force.
Chaos Knight, Coddle.
He has three things. He is strong force, he is chaos, and he is darkness, basically.
I don't think he's evil though.
We don't really have an option between left and right, but we only have an option up and down.
I don't know. I don't think he's necessarily evil. He's just a fundamental, But he is kind of...
embodies it.
Okay, so his opposite is Keeper of the Light. Would you say Keeper of the Light is good? Then Chaos Knight has to be evil, because they're like opposites.
Well, Chaos Knight's main goal is to extinguish the light, which is Coddle. That's his main goal, which is why he's jumping from plane to plane trying to find the light and extinguish it. That's his main goal right now.
Yeah, I think I would put him chaotic evil.
I would put him as chaotic evil as well.
Yeah, probably as well.
Chan, who was basically, he was in the desert, and then like a tribe of Knights of the Fold, or like they for some reason attacked him, and they made him like follow their faith and stuff, and
Basically,
now he's
mind,
a crusader.
he was mind controlled to become a knight in this religion. That's basically what he is now.
Was he mind controlled? Wasn't he
Yeah,
just?
he was mind controlled. He's mind controlled. That's why you always see like the light coming from his eyes. It's something inside him that's controlling him.
I thought he
Essentially.
just had no choice because like it was that or death.
Yeah, and so he gave himself to the fold. So you don't know if it's actually him or not, but it is him in a way. I think he might be lawful good despite the like weird lord that he has.
So we're thinking lawful good so far.
Yeah, I think it's lawful good.
I don't know much about Chen, but that sounds okay.
Yeah, and his abilities also are about healing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much like a paladin. So probably.
Okay, Clinks. Basically, Clinks was gonna take down this demon, and then the king that, like, where the demon was rampaging, the king of that area had said that anyone who slew the demon would get immortality. And when Clinks was about to slay the demon set him on fire, so he's now caught in an endless loop of being on fire and almost dead, but he's also immortal. Yeah.
I think Clinks was actually lawful good in the sense because he served the Hoven with his fucking life. Like
Yeah.
he and all the skeleton archers as well, and the new lord with the burning army is all his fallen brothers as well. So he carries the torch from his past life, but now he's like in internal pain.
Was it the king that promised him immortality? I think it was when you kill a demon you gain immortality, but then
Yeah, but then
while the demon was dying he set him on fire.
No, while the demon was burning him alive, he fired the last arrow that ended the demon's life, which granted him immortality.
Right.
Yeah, at the very last moment.
The King
So
Mage decreed an unbreakable spell to any who slew the demon would be granted life without end.
Oh, I see.
But Clinks
And
didn't know
was
that.
known as hero.
Clinks didn't
Clinks
know
was
about
known
the
as a
spell.
hero, yeah. He was known as a hero for everyone too.
Yeah, he's
Everything
definitely
first.
good. But is he lawful?
I think he's still very lawful. Yeah, I think he's lawful.
What makes him lawful and not neutral, though? Is a hero necessarily lawful?
Neutral good was. Do you think, as you know, with Clinks, he works with kings and magistrates, but does not feel beholden to them? Like, do you think he has like complete loyalty to them, or no? Or do you think he just works with them because he has to?
I think that's more neutral. He's like a soldier, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking
But-
that too.
I'm leaning between lawful good or neutral good. With,
I think neutral good fits better.
Yeah.
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 Okay, a boy Clockwork. Basically, his town was getting attacked, and so he had to change from making clocks to turning those, like the clock trade, into his weapons instead. So he made a suit of clockwork armor. I don't see him as evil at the very least.
But definitely good because he would try to help his brethren, so it
Yeah,
makes him good.
Yeah. Neutral,
Maybe neutral
good.
good? Yeah.
I don't see him as lawful or chaotic. Maybe
Yeah, I don't
chaotic.
either. Well, it's hookshot, yeah, but that's all he is. Hookshot, and he dies.
Come on, man. Playing it wrong then.
Crystal Maiden. Basically, when she grew up, her powers were so strong that her parents banished her to the north, where she was trained by this old ice wizard. And then she became like the warden of Ice Rack, and she helps she's basically upholding magic law, but specifically in like the northern part of the world.
So lawful good or lawful neutral?
I'd say
I think
lawful
she's
good.
I think she's not lawful neutral, because she only upholds those laws, and apparently she's batshit like insane as well, because all the people see her as being crazy in the comics when she meets Winky Wyvern.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like, it's that ice wizard again.
But she is helping other people though.
Yeah, she is, but I think but she's not like a complete like zealot to the cause though, like what Chen or Omnight is.
Yeah. Neutral.
Basically, I can't remember. His story is something about he was from a realm beyond the wall or something that's like completely different from this one.
He was commander that led an army, but then his army was going to be wiped out. So in a fitting way, he managed to lead the enemy army into like some kind of dimensional realm. And what he did is that he basically trapped that enemy army inside the dimension and then escaped out on the other side where his people weren't, which is the Dota world. So now he is in the land where he cannot go back home and fights on for his honor, all by himself.
He's an artifact specifically because he wants to show that he can outwit Legion Commander and Sorla, which I think is kind of unfitting for his character. Like, he's just joining to like show how big his dick is, basically, just proving that he's a better tactician than them.
I mean, he always talks about his pointy head.
I mean, once you're beyond the wall, right? You're beyond the wall, you have nothing to do but fight. You're like, might as well
flex on these hoes.
But yeah, with the big
Maybe
intelligence.
He just chaotic good in that way then, because now he is an individual now, and he wants to make a name for himself in his unknown land.
I guess.
Is he? Did you say good? Chaotic good?
Chaotic good.
Is he really good though?
I think so.
Good.
Yeah, he was good, but now he's like, yeah, I'm much better than you now, and I'll prove you. And he proves them. Like with his pointy head.
I think it was like before the incident he was lawful good, but then afterwards, like.
Well, there is really no afterwards. There's more of his gameplay.
Well, yeah.
I don't really see him as chaotic. He doesn't really make some crazy movements or something.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
no.
The vacuum wall combo, that's kind of chaotic, don't you think?
Not really.
You haven't played against the Dark Seer, then have you?
I mean, if anything, specific combo that's performed the same way is lawful than more than chaotic. If he always does it in the same way, that's just lawful. I mean, he probably leaned more into chaotic from lawful, but he only moved one square, so neutral good probably.
Yeah, neutral good sounds okay.
Do you see him as a rebel, chaotic good? I don't really see him as a rebel, in any way.
No, not me neither.
Neutral good is good. Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of lawful good because, like you said before, when he actually had his people, that's what he was like. He's only not like that right now because his people isn't around anymore. But that doesn't change what he's actually like at the core. Just that he doesn't have anyone to protect.
Like if he were to come back, he would follow his old code.
Yeah, now he is committed to proving his worth as a military strategist, and vows to show that he's the greatest tactician the strange new world has ever seen. So it's like in his own hands now that he's all alone, he'll do in any way possible to prove to his new world that he is someone, which is in a way like rebellious in his own way. Like he's gonna go against anyone else in that new world now.
What about, okay, somebody once told me that when thinking about alignment charts, if you can't make up your mind whatsoever at all, it's usually just because it's true neutral. What if he's just true neutral? What do you think?
I can compromise in true neutral actually, yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah, okay.
But do you think, is he more good or evil than true neutral, or more chaotic or lawful than true neutral? Honestly, yes, sorry.
I think he's like in between the true neutral and lawful good, like right there. Because
so he's like here.
Yeah.
I think it's on the other side. I think it's between true neutral and chaotic good. That's where I think. That's where I set up.
Alright, then
I'll probably leave him in true neutral.
It's true neutral, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
So. Okay, Dark Willow, yeah girl. So basically she's from the fairy kingdom, and fairies are in general very chaotic, but she is like extra, super extra. So she burned down her father's estate, and her father is like the king of the fairies, and she burned the estate down because like she was bored. So now she travels the world to like steal things and like fuck with people.
It has to be born.
I think that's neutral evil. Yeah, that's definitely neutral evil right there.
You don't think chaotic?
Chaotic?
No, not chaotic. Neutral evil does whatever she can get away with. She's out for herself, pure and simple.
Oh yeah, maybe she isn't that chaotic actually. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and she lets Jex kill anyone, and she doesn't care about it. And
but
she doesn't like.
Because
I think
okay,
so, yeah.
she
She's out for
could,
herself, isn't she?
but she does kind of. If you look at her allies in Dota and Artifact, she condones the Legion commander's behavior and says that, oh, she's a tyrant or whatever, and what she did to Rix, he's gonna get revenge. And she seems to be friendly with like the good heroes. And I don't know, it seems to me, I'm not saying she's good, I'm just saying that I think she's more neutral. I don't think she's evil. She's just mischievous. But like, by that, if that's all it takes, then most people are evil then.
Well, okay, I mean, in her lore, she basically saw like how cutthroat like the civilization was in her city. And see, she basically like rebels against that in a way, but I don't think she is, a chaotic good, is she? She's a free spirit, makes their own way. She's not kind though. She kills people, kind of for fun, steals things.
I don't know, I'm really getting chaotic neutral energy from her.
I'm getting neutral evil energy from her.
I would say chaotic neutral.
What do you think?
I don't even know. Chaotic neutral, probably. I don't think she is that evil,
Yeah. Like, chaotic neutral people can sometimes come off as evil, but that's because like they don't follow anyone's rules or morals. They just do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. She doesn't really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Chaotic neutral.
Okay, Dazzle! So he's basically the priest for the Dezen, or he's a priest for the Dezen Order, which make people, like, they worship the, what's it called, the Nuthel Realm, where, like, everything is inverted, and, like, if you go in there and then come out, you're never gonna be the same, but most people die because it's, like, super dangerous, and, like, their gods are there, who they worship.
He went to the different realm and survived, and he came back as a cool boy.
Yeah, and like, okay, and one important part of his lore is the fact that Husker, who is from the same people, also went into the Nuthel realm, but he did it because he wanted to die. He wanted to sacrifice himself for his gods. And then Dazzle, this little piece of shit, pulled him out and saved him, which gave him immortality. All Husker wanted was to die, and he was denied that because of Dazzle.
I mean, that's a good action. So, are we thinking lawful or neutral? This would generally be probably lawful, but I don't know.
I'm thinking kind of chaotic. I don't know.
Did he do it? Did he do it for his personal gain? Though, like, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah,
I
don't
think it was.
so.
I think it was more for his people. Like he wanted to become better at like healing and stuff. Or I don't know.
He's kind of like Abaddon with the mist. Dazzle is kind of the
So
same with the
see what I mean? That's because his people follow this kind of procedure and stuff. Because he follows it as well, and he requested the event there. I think that's lawful good.
I think it's lawful good as well.
That's fine by me.
Okay, so DP, she wants to die. She's trying to kill herself over and over, but she can't die. And she's called a death prophet because, like, she can tell when other people are gonna die, but she can't tell when herself is gonna die.
Does she enjoy seeing others die though?
No,
No.
she only wants. She gets jealous when others people die.
I think that true neutral maybe.
I think she's true neutral. Yeah.
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 Okay, Disruptor. So basically, he's definitely good because like his people are from a place where there's a bunch of storms and shit, and he learned how to use magic to control those storms simply so he could protect his people from those storms, and also people from below attacking them. So I think he's lawful good.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
He's basically the same. Like he follows his people's like he's very devoted to his people essentially in his in their like purpose.
Right. Yeah, that's lawful good, I guess.
Okay, Doom. He's basically like, he's called Lucifer, and he's basically like Satan. Like he
Chaotic evil.
Lawful evil.
lawful evil.
Lucifer in D&D is lawful evil, if I remember correctly. He's like upholding the law of being evil.
Yeah, I think so as well. I don't think he's neutral. He's the Doom, the Lucifer, so...
But, okay, if we think about, like, his backstory, because he rebelled against God and the angels, and then he became Satan, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of
essentially,
chaotic? Or is that still lawful?
I believe in the scriptures he was known as Gabriel, one of God's lieutenants, one of the highest angels that commanded like several legions, and they rebelled against God. And because they rebelled, God stripped Lucifer of Gabriel of his wings and became Lucifer, also known as Satan.
Okay, so why is he lawful evil and not chaotic good then? He believed he was doing it. He believed he was rebelling for the cause of his people. How is that not chaotic good?
I mean,
That's
from the Bible, right?
Yeah, that's Bible lore. But I'm reading Doom's lore right now.
His lore in Dota is basically the same. I'm pretty sure. No, honestly, I'm asking. Like, change my mind. Isn't chaotic good? Isn't he chaotic good?
I don't know, cause like.
Now he attacks without mercy, without motive. The only living being able to move freely between the 7 dark dominions. Lashed by unescapable needs, twisted by unimaginable talents, Doom carries his own hell with him wherever he goes. Defiant to the last. Eventually, the world will belong to Doom. So now, because he went through everything, his main purpose right now is to lash as much evil as possible upon the world, until everything is his.
He doesn't care anymore about being good.
Yeah.
Because, like, he was good, and then that got taken away from him, and it doesn't matter anymore. So he's just, I'm just gonna fucking set everything on fire. And watch everything burn.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't agree with Lawful, though. What makes him Lawful? I'm feeling neutral evil.
Probably.
And more chaotic evil here.
Definitely not chaotic. Neutral evil, I'll agree, okay.
Okay, DK. So basically, he was like slaying dragons and shit, and then there was this one really big epic dragon called Skywrath he was gonna slay, but then it turned out that that dragon was really old and brittle, so he didn't want to fight it because it was so weak. But then it asked him to fight him anyway, so it could die honorably. And then when he was gonna slay it, it put its claw into him, and then they fused and became one. So now, you know, is he the dragon or is he the Dragon Knight? Yeah. Who knows?
I believe instead of the dragon asking to fight, he just asked for the dragon to slay him to put him out of his misery. Or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Probably. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think he's neutral good.
Yeah, I would agree.
He doesn't really serve anyone in his lore, I believe.
Why was he fighting dragons?
I think it was originally to help people. Like, there was one dragon that was, like, plaguing this kingdom, and he slayed it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a skilled dragon slayer, then he became the Dragon Knight.
Drow Ranger, her parents were killed when she was an infant in the woods, and then the Drow people took her in and raised her, and she, like, even though she's nothing like them visually, she took up, like, their behavior and, like, learned how to fight like them. So she's, like, super stealthy, running around in the forest, like, hunting.
Yeah, I think it's just true neutral. She does whatever.
Yeah, true neutral.
Okay, so that's it for this part. I will be releasing these over the coming weeks. One episode here, one episode there, if you like them. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you disagree with any of our decisions, and I'll see you around. Peace. Earth Spirit. So basically there was this jade statue or something of this old general or something that like became one with the Earth Spirit, the Celestial. I can't remember actually Earth Spirit. Is that right?
Yeah. Look up here.
Yeah, the great General Kaolin was carved in jade, and the Spirit of the Earth turned that into the Earth Spirit. So
he's a good guy though, I think. You know?
Yeah.
He's an okay guy.
Yeah, I agree. Like the Earth is really like
I think it's like a lawful neutral type of character.
You wouldn't say good? No, maybe not.
Yeah, I wouldn't say good. He's more like a teacher. He's like I feel like the Storm Spirit, the Spirit Brothers are pretty much all the same, because
Storm Spirit is chaotic.
Yeah, no. Storm Spirit's chaotic. I think like Ember Spirit is pretty much like Lawful neutral as well, because Ember Spirit is a teacher. You know, he's a teacher that uses very harsh lessons. Same with Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit kind of teaches in a way,
How does he teach?
and in a way very merciful. Where was it? I remember one of his responses, and he was like, "To think I could kill you without pain." It's not like, it's more like him being a warrior.
I don't see Earth Spirit as a teacher.
Yeah,
I think he.
I am harsh so that you may learn. He says that. You die well, but fought horribly. I don't know that.
I'm not getting Lawful vibes from Earth Spirit. I don't know. He's neutral, that's for sure.
I don't think he's true neutral because of the personality he has, qualities he has.
I'm feeling true neutral or neutral good.
I could put him in true neutral, yeah.
Yeah, I would probably agree with neutral good.
Because he wants Earth to, like, the Dota planet to prosper, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what he is? Like,
And from personal
the spirit
experience.
of the Earth, of the ground.
Yeah. And like
I think that's kinda
environmentalists, they're
Yeah.
like the best people on earth. Like anyone who like cares about the environment, you just know that they're like they're the best people in the
Vegans.
world. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards neutral good.
Okay.
In his responses, he does have a lot of like friends and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Earthshaker. He's kind of basically the same. Like he's just the Earth became sentient, basically, and became Earthshaker. And then there's also like this small story and artifact with Kana, which is honestly kind of dumb because basically Kana became like his mom and gave him like a name and took him in to the dire side.
Who? What? Kana?
Kana from Artifacts, the new
She
hero.
took Earthshaker in?
Yeah, like she
Yeah.
adopted him basically.
Yeah, Kana is basically
Wow.
like his mother, yeah.
Not as his mother probably, but she gave him a name and she explained him like what he should do in life,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh.
I mean, based on the planetfall, he's probably lawful.
Mm.
Yeah. I think it is more lawful neutral. If he's underneath that, then
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not more of a society thing. More of like he is the Earth. He is like follows his code, but he's the only one that does it. In a way, like Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage follows his own code. Earth Spirit is the same way. I mean, Earthshaker is the same way.
Yeah, I would agree.
Alright.
He doesn't like protect the earth like Earth Spirit does, cause like if he was protecting the earth, why would he be the Earth Shaker?
Yeah, I mean,
He's destroying the
Earthshaker.
earth.
Smart.
Oh, my boy E.T. Okay, so basically he shattered. Okay, so this is just my theory. I know some people don't agree, but in my theory, he was the one who caused the schism, which shattered the primordial mind and created the fundamentals of the universe. And the alternate theory is that he's the one who created all the planets in the universe, or the Titans, the type of people he is created the planets. But either way, like he's one of the creators that's creating shit in the cosmos. However
That's
you wanna.
definitely good, I think.
Is it
I don't
inherently
know.
good?
Basically, Elder Titan fucked up making a world, and he, part of his soul went into that world. That's basically what his lore is.
Yeah.
He's a world maker, and he
And
kind of
he
fucked up.
wants to set everything back to
Mm.
Yeah,
before to like fix what his mistakes. I think that's it's a good cause.
I
And
mean,
he
he doesn't really care about people in the universe and everything. He just wants to fix the mistake. I mean, that doesn't really make it good or
Yeah.
evil.
Does he? I think he does. I don't know if Titans created life or not. Like I don't think that's in the lore.
I think
but-
in my mind, he's basically the same as Arc Warden when it comes to like
Yeah, the one.
whether he's
like,
good or evil.
It's not the right cause. It is the cause. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, good and evil, he's probably neutral. But
Yeah,
I'm not
gotta
sure
be
about lawful or chaotic. Probably closer to lawful.
Yeah, I think more lawful.
He's trying to restore the order, so that makes more lawful.
Wouldn't that make Arc Warden lawful as well then?
I don't think he wants order. He just wants the primordial mind to be back in as one.
Yeah.
Well, Titan, he was building the world, right? He must have some rules that he was building it with. So that makes Elder Titan more lawful than Arc Warden, I think.
Yeah, now I'm thinking that Arc Warden should have been too neutral.
I'm thinking actually kind of lawful for both, because what Arc Warden was originally doing, he forced himself to become sentient because the Dire and the Radiant was fighting so much. So he was kind of like becoming a cop, like putting them in prison, upholding law. Isn't that like literally lawful?
Yeah, I agree.
What
Putting
do you
him in
think,
lawful now?
Simple Pie? I think
Yeah.
Arc Warden lawful.
I mean, if I'm the only one who thinks differently, I guess we can move in there. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think he's more chaotic or neutral. Maybe neutral, but I don't think Arc Warden's off. But whatever.
Okay, we can take that at the end. We can just keep it like this for now. Okay, Amber Spirit. So there was this big warrior poet who was a teacher, like Semperpai said, and then he died, and then the spirit of fire like took over him and became the Ember Spirit, or something like that, right?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I never read actually. Ember Spirit lore.
I think it was after the death of the guy. Like
Yeah.
the great teacher died and
Yeah,
then...
so the poet warrior died, but then the fire, the celestial, the burning celestial, basically cast himself into the ashes and became the Ember Spirit.
Mm.
So he's like 2 in 1, 1 and 2.
Is
He
he
needs to be-
inherently good?
He's a teacher that treats a student very harshly, but he's still their teacher and they're students.
That makes lawful.
And he's rather lawful, yeah.
I mean, a harsh teacher is lawful, like by definition, but I'm not sure good or neutral.
And what does he teach? Like martial art stuff?
Yeah, he's a martial artist. I remember, in Searing Chains, Zen's harshest lessons often include the use of red-hot chains. So he
Damn, what
wasn't
the
a
hell?
nice teacher. Yeah, right? I remember reading that. I was like, wow.
Maybe he is lawful neutral then.
Yeah, I mean, he probably doesn't really care about the wealth of a nation or anything, so doesn't really care if people are better or worse.
And he literally
So,
teaches
neutral.
fighting, so that's not kind of good, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, teaching someone to fight doesn't mean that they're bad, though.
I mean,
Yeah, neutral. Lawful
Yeah.
neutral.
Yeah,
I mean, that's-
either way. The
yeah.
point of the fighting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, your girl Enchantress, she's basically just like nature's protector. She like walks around in the forests making sure all the smallest, most fragile creatures are okay. And yeah. Basically.
I think she's a bit chaotic though.
Yeah. I'm
She
feeling
is.
chaotic good.
Chaotic good. Okay.
She's a bit
Chaotic good or chaotic evil?
Definitely not evil.
Character, no gameplays. Why?
You can't look at it. I'm
evil.
glad she got a bit nerfed, but oh well. You know, what can you do?
Yeah, I think all characters that heal others should be good in general.
Mm.
I mean, maybe not all, but generally good.
I mean, you can buy earn on any hero. Low.
Okay, heroes with skills that heal others.
Yeah.
Enchanted, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, boy. And Enigma, he's evil for sure because of the comic. But
Yeah.
basically, he's the fundamental of gravity and like black holes and shit. And
I don't think he's evil, actually.
in his comic, are you kidding me? He's literally baiting alchemists to make artifacts for him that he can, or equipment for him, and then he straight up kills them or turns them into eidolons.
I don't think that's his main purpose. He just got summoned from that, and it was like, oh, you actually made an artifact? I didn't look at it. It's actually very interesting. And I will only show you a fraction of what I know and turns him into the Eidolon.
Wasn't he
No.
baiting them to do it though? He was like,
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
He wasn't.
He
wasn't-
He was specifically. He wrote the thing that all the alchemists read, so that
Yeah,
was all
and
a
the-
setup. So
And
definitely-
the alchemist himself went out of his way to find out how that, the other alchemist who was Enigma turned himself into it. It was that the first guy who trapped Enigma in that comic.
No,
It was like,
you're misremembering. Like the whole thing was a setup by Enigma. There was never any guy that turned into Enigma. That was all a ploy by Enigma. Definitely evil.
yeah.
Probably neutral evil.
no, I remember reading the summoning. Like, I'm gonna read it really quickly.
I think Duke is right, because I also remember when I first read the comic, that's what I thought too, that... Like, I didn't catch the fact that it was a setup, but then I reread it and was like, oh shit, it was all a fucking setup!
Like all of it was completely a ploy.
Yeah.
There was never a guy that turned into Enigma at all.
I agree with neutral evil.
Okay, let's go on. Well,
Okay, yeah, boy.
Over Cedric. I think it's chaotic good.
So basically, he's from the Clazarame realm, where there is no time, so he can fight, like, beyond time. Yeah. Basically.
He's not really evil. He just does what the fucking people does in his realm.
And then
He's only like
Artifact... Oh, sorry.
he only like follows like a certain set of rules and just like, hey, and like an artifact as your you could say what he does in artifact.
Oh yeah, in an artifact, basically, I don't know if it's additional information that's in one part, like in one timeline, or if it is in the Dotaverse in general. But basically, the Clazarame realm, specifically Void, and the Sapphire Archons have made like a treaty where we won't fuck with time magic, and in exchange, the Clazarame realm won't terrorize us. So yeah. So he's the only one who's allowed to fuck with time magic. So I'm getting kind of lawful from that.
Like Lawful
Maybe.
neutral.
He's upholding law.
Yeah.
I don't really have a
Yeah.
strong opinion about this, so yeah, okay.
Lawful neutral sounds good to me. Yeah, I like it.
Grimstroke! Okay.
Oh, I think he's kind of evil.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna brief over his lore, so for anyone watching, in case they don't know. So basically, he was gonna ascend to be like the new guardian of his people, but instead he tainted the pots with the ink that was gonna give him power to protect his people, and instead made it so that it got more powerful, which was gonna make him more powerful, but instead it tried to consume him. And then, in order to survive, he had to sacrifice the souls of his entire people to survive, and that made him super powerful, but at the cost of his entire people. And all he cares about is getting super strong. And like, there is some remorse for his wife, who he also sacrificed. Like, he sometimes misses her, but for the most part he's just a piece of shit and even flirts with new girls, so yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. I'm
In the
pretty sure
voice
he
lines?
does.
With
Yeah.
whom?
I can't remember. Hold on, let me check. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that girl he sacrificed was his wife, but it was just a girl that he really liked. That was it though.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
just
he
in love
has
with her?
Voice
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden, I think. Not sure.
Yeah, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he flirts with Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, I think it was in your video.
I think Grimstroke is lawful evil, in a way.
Well, why is
Lawful, no, definitely not Lawful. Why Lawful?
he broke all the stuff?
He broke all of his law. He broke all of his laws, but he's kind of like a poet that follows his own set of laws as well. You know, like he becomes his own god.
That's chaotic evil. Like the definition, I think.
Chaotic
He
evil.
does whatever crazy thing he wants, like in the moment, to become more powerful.
Yeah.
But that's chaotic more than lawful.
Semper, he's definitely chaotic evil. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Okay, Gyrocopter. So he retired after being in a lot of wars and shit. And while he was retired, he was like trying to achieve his lifelong dream of making a flying device that wasn't like based in magic. And so he made the Gyrocopter, basically. Like he eventually, through 10 years of trying, succeeded. That's basically his lore.
He just wanted to fly.
Yeah.
And he's neutral good. Like same thing with Clockwork.
Neutral, yeah, like also just neutral good soldier, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Husker. So, just to refresh from earlier, basically, when he wanted to sacrifice himself for his gods in the Nothel realm, but then Dazzle pulled him out, which made him immortal and the new Dezun warrior. So, I don't know. Is that neutral good then?
Well, so he wanted to sacrifice himself for the people, right?
No. He
He
just
just
wanted.
thinks
It was pretty egoistical because he wanted to sacrifice himself to be one with the gods. He wanted to be with the gods.
Oh.
I don't think it was for his people.
Egoistical.
He serves the god with his life essentially. He likes to give.
Hmm.
So lawful evil.
Evil? What evil?
I mean, egoistical.
Not really evil.
Egoistical is generally evil. I mean, if he doesn't care about people, but he cares more about selfish, egoistical reasons, that's more to the evil.
You know, he's not egotistical at all. He pretty much throws his life away essentially. That's part of his like personality.
Well, yeah, but he wanted to die so he could be with the gods. I don't know. Maybe that's not very self-centered.
But what was the reason to be with the gods, you know?
I don't know.
Maybe he wanted to help his people from the Nether, whatever realm.
Netherrealm. Yeah. did you almost say Netherlands? Save his people from the Netherlands.
Yep. I don't know where to put him in.
He could just be a true neutral.
There's a possibility.
Yes.
Maybe more chaotic, because it's kind of crazy to go kill yourself for.
Yeah. And he does have burning spears, and we agreed previously that fire is very chaotic.
How about chaotic good? He is the
I could
warrior
agree
of
with
his
chaotic
people.
good, actually. Yeah, I could agree with chaotic good.
But
He's not
does
a
he have
rebel.
Yeah, the rebel personality, I'm not sure.
Huh.
Like, he has.
Well,
a
that's
lot
kind of
to give,
rebellious.
but-
Like, people sacrifice them, like, they don't sacrifice themselves, right? In his
A lot of
society.
zealots do, a lot of lawful good, and you could argue that lawful good people will sacrifice themselves, though. I think he's either not neutral good or chaotic good in that sense, because he's very wild. Because he's very, very like fervent in his beliefs.
chaotic good sounds okay actually.
Well, okay, I will agree to this because he had a skill that healed previously.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'll agree, okay.
Okay. Invoker. He was a very gifted mage as a kid and like learned a bunch of spells, including one that gave him basically immortality. And he's also a huge narcissist and only cares about like being the best.
And his new persona, he basically goes forward in time. Is that what happens?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think he's like a selfish guy who just wants to learn as much as possible. And, like he does whatever it takes to do it. So he even travels time.
I'm a beacon of knowledge, blazing across the black sea of ignorance. That's what he says.
I think he enjoys casting. He definitely enjoys casting like spells on other creatures and stuff. So
and he
he's
looks
kinda
down on
a little bit
everyone.
evil. Yeah.
I'm feeling neutral evil. Or chaotic evil. But I don't feel he's chaotic evil, so I think neutral evil.
More like neutral evil, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Io, which is electromagnetism.
I think Io's just there. He is one of the fundamentals, but I think he's true neutral. He
Yeah,
just kind of exists.
He's just like the most true neutral you're gonna get.
Really? He's not doing good? He's always like helping and healing his allies.
But that's
And he's like friends with everyone. Everyone loves Io.
No, not in this meta right now.
does it make him good though? Like I like Quap for example.
No, but I mean in the lore, everyone's friends with him.
I'm joking. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I
that's a
think he's
selfish
too
thing.
neutral. I don't know. I think it's neutral.
Maybe neutral good. I don't know.
I'm feeling chaotic good.
Why chaotic?
Cause like, if you like, okay, that's only based on voice lines, but I'm pretty sure somebody who has like voice lines with him is like always laughing at like all the outrageous shit he's saying, and even though like it's really like you can't actually understand what he's saying, and he's like, I don't know, he's like teleporting around, helping people, healing people, but like he's very like you never know what he's thinking or doing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
In the lore, he's basically everywhere, but also nowhere. He's like, his nature is very chaotic. That's true. So, I'm like debating between true neutral, chaotic neutral.
Maybe it's just neutral good then. If you think he's between chaotic good and true neutral.
I don't think he's good.
Oh, you don't think he's good?
No.
I would agree that he's good if he's friends with everyone and he heals and helps everyone. I would agree that he's good.
I guess.
True good, yeah.
Let's go with neutral good.
Okay.
I'm just thinking.
I mean, it's not like he has a personality that really like speaks for itself. He literally speaks in boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking that like just because he helps people out, that doesn't necessarily mean he's good. Cause he's just everywhere, you know. Like I don't know.
Well,
Okay, we can probably change it later if we change our minds. Do you want to put him neutral good or true neutral for now? I haven't made up my mind.
Just
I'm
leave it
fine
there.
with neutral good, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Jakiro, basically the Pyrexia dragons or whatever, sometimes they are born with 2 heads, which is like super special and means that it's a very powerful individual, and Jakiro was one of those. So he's like the chosen one of his people or something. Maybe I'm confusing him with Ogre Magi. Is that his lore?
Ogre Magi, yeah. Ogre.
The Ogre
like,
Magi were chosen to be incredibly lucky. Same with Jakira, but Jakira was just known to be like a very rare form of being born with 2 heads.
I just realized, isn't their lore basically the exact same?
Sort of.
Jakiro and Ogre.
The Ogre is really stupid, or extremely intelligent for his kind.
Okay, so Jakiro, I don't know. I'm not getting anything. He's kind of chaotic since he's both ice and fire together. I don't
In
know.
a way, yeah.
yeah.
Chaotic neutral.
Take neutral. Probably.
I don't know. He doesn't really make anything crazy. Like, you don't think about him as a free spirit.
Mm. Maybe he's just true neutral then.
Yeah.
Okay, Juggernaut. He was banished from his people, and while he was banished, his people was like destroyed, like the entire island and the people, everyone was killed. And so he's the last of his people wandering around. Something
Feels
like
bad,
that.
man.
Yeah.
And his arcana, something about Sven split his mask or something, and all his ancestors in the form of dragons came out or something like that. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Sounds
I don't
alright, yeah.
think it's all of the ancestors, but I think it's like the ancestral spirit, the dragon, came out.
Okay.
So, neutral good? Like a good soldier like Gyrocopter and others.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's neutral good.
Keeper, he's the fundamental of weak force and light and order, basically. He created the first suns.
Order.
Yeah, as opposed to Chaos Knight, who is chaos. But that, that's just one theory. He is like super canonically, he is just weak force
Hmm.
and light.
Is he good?
Probably, yeah.
Sort of.
I would
yeah.
say he's probably like the opposite of
The
Chaos
chaotic
Knight,
good,
so
yeah.
chaotic good
Yeah.
or lawful good.
Chaotic
I
good.
don't think him really as a lawful because he's like doing whatever, running around, flirting with literally everything else past character. Chaotic good, I guess, is fine.
He's also like flirting with all the girls. Is that like
Yeah,
an
I mean,
indicator?
I don't know what's up with that. I don't.
Yeah, never been an old man before.
He's a fundamental, but like, come on, what do you even do?
I mean, he's a fundamental, but he suppressed his memories. Like, I don't remember exactly in what way, but like, every time he's reborn, he suppresses his memories for some reason.
Oh,
Oh. So he doesn't know he's a fundamental?
Yeah, there was something about that. Like, he created the first sun that the phoenix was made from, but he doesn't remember that. I don't really remember the specifics.
Oh. Okay, we'll just
that
take...
kind of makes him chaotic then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know, I'm getting a lot of chaotic vibes from him. I can't even explain why.
Yeah.
Okay, Kunkka. He was basically the admiral of the Cladish navy. So he's not a pirate, he's just a marine. So I'd say for that reason he's good. Probably neutral good, like the soldier type. And he's also fighting like Tidehunter, who's like a big evil Leviathan, worshipping the big evil Melron.
Is Melron evil though?
I don't think Tide is evil. He's Tide.
They're definitely evil. They broke into the Slytherin cities to like steal their shit and kill people.
Yeah, if I said evil, is it really evil?
I don't know, maybe not.
The Leviathans.
What did the Slytherins think to them before? You know, the retaliation of war.
They
I mean-
sink ships like that. That's definitely evil.
Tide is chasing Conker because of the Gem of True Sight.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally the only reason. I don't think that's kind of evil.
Yeah, but the Leviathans who Tide is from, They're
Yeah,
like,
well,
or I guess they broke into the Silurian city to steal the gem. So I guess they're not really evil. They're
It's
just
more
doing
like
it to get the gem.
lawful kind of thing.
It's more of it depends on which faction you favor more. You see as good and evil.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
our perspective at that point.
I'm always gonna take my lady Naga Siren's side no matter what, so I'm a bit biased.
Milady. Tip milady.
Okay, so Kunkuro, neutral good?
neutral good, yeah.
And neutral good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, nice. Legion Commander! I'm very biased, so I think I'm gonna shut up, but basically her lore is that she is the Legion Commander of the Bronze Legion, and they're like a big empire called Stonehall that are like expanding and shit. And in one timeline they were attacked by the Abyssal Horde, which she eventually fought off, but Stonehall was destroyed. And then in another timeline, the Oglodi army, the Red Mist, was gonna attack them, but then they ended up fighting in Roseleaf, which is a nearby forest instead, and the outcome is uncertain. But yeah, allegedly she's like a big tyrant and very mean and like very very
Allegedly.
allegedly she's a bad person, but in my mind
She's
she's
definitely lawful.
Yeah, I would put her either in lawful neutral or lawful evil. Definitely not lawful good. No.
One might say her arcana actually brings out her true nature. So
Well, no, it's a demon blade that basically corrupted her, but she managed to wrestle
Yeah,
back
but,
the
you
demonic
know-
control.
Arcana makes her evil, if anything.
Because you managed to wrestle demonic control, does it really make you evil?
I don't know.
Hmm.
All bias aside, I definitely think she's lawful evil. She was like really mean to like the Vols and shit. And like the Bronze Legion are known for like enslaving people and expanding like without mercy.
It's like Romans.
And the fact that she allowed herself to become consumed with like demonic power just to fight the abyssal people. She's definitely lawful evil.
Yeah.
agreed.
Okay.
And she's based in Red Pill.
Yeah, she is very based in Redfield.
Okay, Lishrak. He's basically Enchantress, except like more abstract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like really emo. He's like death and diversion is the only true nature of this world. You know, someone like that.
He likes
Yeah.
destruction.
That he does.
He's basically like the opposite side of a coin where Enchantress is on the other side. Like they're the same, but like also the opposites
Mm-hmm.
of nature. Like protecting nature.
Is he evil or neutral though? Like I think he's chaotic, but neutral or evil, I don't know.
I would honestly
Is-
say chaotic evil or neutral. He has also killed a woman that Pangolier loved or something like that. I can't remember, but he did fuck with Pangolier. And Pangolier is like super nice and good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's go with evil. Yeah. Like if we compare him to like OD is definitely neutral. Because his destruction is more like inevitability, while
Yeah, prophetic. Very prophetic.
Mm.
while Lash just actually enjoys destroying and does it all the time.
Yeah. Okay, Lich. He was basically like this big powerful mage who like was so powerful and was like enslaving people and shit, like enslaving kingdoms with his magic. So a bunch of people got together and bound him down and threw him into the black pool, which is a bottomless
Oh, yeah.
pit.
Yeah, but man could get good. Imagine falling down forever.
Yeah. And okay, so the thing is, he fell for 100 years, right? And then somebody fished him up. But in the lore, it's almost like he was fished up in like the matter of like a few hours. But if he fell for 100 years, and this was a guy from my chat who pointed this out, called Methunder, wouldn't that mean he had to pull him up for 100 years as well? Like, wouldn't it take the same amount of time, maybe even longer, because he's not falling?
I think depends how long he's been falling, though, right?
I mean, Dota world universe is like fucked. If some can control time, I don't think that's. I mean, who fished him out though?
Oh yeah, it was what's his name again? Anvil or something. He was a geomancer. He was, or something like that. He was nothing special. He was a little shit. There's no way he would pull up somebody who has been falling for 100 years in like the matter of a few minutes. You know, it would take so long. But okay, anyways, regardless, he pulled him up and Lich awoke, or he unbound him or something, so he awoke. And then the Lich just consumed him and was unleashed on the world. And he's like a big piece of shit.
Yeah. Evil piece of shit.
So he's definitely evil, but I don't know. He's not lawful. I'm feeling either chaotic or neutral. Like, before he was thrown into the black pool, he was just enslaving kingdoms left and right just to get power. Is that chaotic behavior?
Not sure.
I'm feeling neutral.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so next up is a Lifestealer. Basically, wait, is everyone here?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here.
So basically, Lifestealer's lore is that he was imprisoned. I can't remember. Does it say in his lore why he was imprisoned? I don't know.
I don't think so.
He was imprisoned, and he was imprisoned with like a big old evil wizard in his cell. And he was imprisoned, and his punishment was that he had a life sentence, and to make it even worse, they also gave him immortality, so he had to stay in prison literally forever because he couldn't die. And then with him in his cell was also this evil wizard who wanted to escape, but Lifestealer had been imprisoned for so long that he had lost his mind, so he didn't even think about escaping anymore. But the wizard did, so he tried to like take control of Lifestealer by infesting him, so he could break out of the prison using Lifestealer's body. But then what ended up happening was that Lifestealer's mind was so broken that he got lost when he infested him.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. So he's still stuck in there, just mad.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's like two people in one body, and the mind is corrupted. Both of the minds are corrupted.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'd say evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe chaotic or neutral.
It probably it literally is a shattered mind that's going back and forth between these two figures.
Yeah, chaotic evil.
Okay.
Oh, Trunk can join because he's playing World of Warcraft.
Yikes.
Okay, Yaguralina, she is Crystal Maiden's sister who was banished to the south instead of the north for the same reason that her powers was out of control and destroying like their home. So she was raised in the south, and she is apparently a very, very hot, sexy babe because a lot of people are like asking her to marry, but she doesn't want to. She's just strong, independent, fiery woman.
Very strong in the people. So, yeah.
She need no man.
Yeah.
So Crystal Maiden had like a teacher, right? Who taught her all ice magic. Did Lena have someone as well, or is it just all natural?
Oh, I can't remember. Hold on, let me check to be sure. I'm pretty sure she was like raised by this family. Oh, an aunt, yeah. But I don't think the aunt taught her any. Hold on. As the oldest was sent far to south to live with a patient aunt in the blazing desert of Misrule, claiming for her arrival made quite an impression. more than one would-be suitor scorched his fingers or went away with yeah, so she's killing everyone who's like asking her to marry.
God damn.
Lena is proud and confident and nothing can dampen her flame. So it doesn't seem like she had a teacher. Yeah, she's just a natural.
I think chaotic neutral then.
Yeah, I'm also thinking.
Yeah. She's kind of crazy, yeah. Just a little bit. I mean, hey, you gotta have some crazy in your life, right?
Yeah.
I think it's okay that she's crazy though, because she's equally hot, so she follows the scale.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Don't stick your dick in crazy. That's the #1 rule right there.
Okay, Lion. So, oh man, I can't remember. Basically, do you remember Semperpi all the details? How he ended up with
he's a demon witch. Basically, he went to hell and back to hell and back.
Yeah, but like there was the thing where he used to be good, but then he got corrupted by the demon arm or something. I can't even remember.
No, he basically got cursed. He basically had a deal with the demon, but a demon basically fucked him over. And Lion was like, you know what, fuck you, and went to hell, killed the demon, got his arm, and then escaped. Then he forgot something in hell, so he went to hell and then back again.
I think it was Visage who sent him to hell back. And something like that, because I actually watched a video recently where you said that Visage is annoyed that Lion is back.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so he used to be good, but then he got fucked over by the demon, which turned him evil. Or is he just neutral?
Demon corruption. I feel like he's more of like a chaotic neutral in that sense. He falls into that chaotic good and chaotic evil kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is he not evil though?
He doesn't look evil, honestly.
With the last year's immortal thing, the arm, he gets corrupted. Like he is constantly being corrupted by the arm, so he's slowly becoming more and more evil, I think.
Oh, he's definitely evil. Okay, listen to this. Lion was transfigured by the process. His body transformed into something unrecognizable. He rose from hell, rage incarnate, slaying even those who had once called him master. So he slew all his underlings.
Yeah, definitely.
That's evil, yeah.
So chaotic evil or neutral evil?
I think neutral.
He didn't need to slay all of them. He did it just like because he wanted to.
I think it's corruption or the amount of corruption and stuff, you know.
Yeah, chaotic evil probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's basically Grimstroke light.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm just adding Amazon. Okay. And then Lone Druid. So basically.
I think someone's joining the call.
Yeah, he hasn't picked up yet.
Oh, okay.
So Lone Druid was... He was originally
Hello.
just an old...
I am so sorry I stepped away.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
So the way we do this is like we open one by one hero, and then we brief over the lore, and then we discuss where on the alignment chart we want to put them. So right now we have...
Anyone here? I can't hear anybody.
Hello?
Hello.
Did you say something?
Hello? Hello?
Let me try and leave and then call me back.
Hello?
Test?
Hello, Enzo. Hello.
Hello.
I'm speaking, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me. Yeah, no, it's not a volume thing, 'cause I got the... Wait a minute. Give me a minute, I'm gonna come back.
Okay. We can just do a lone druid while waiting then.
Yeah,
Semper is muted, by the way. I don't know, intention or not.
Oh, Semper
I
player?
mean, chips.
Oh.
Yeah, attention.
Okay, so lone druid's lore. I think like basically he was like chosen by nature or something, so he became like the protector of nature. But he's been around for a really long time. Like he used to just be an old man, but then I don't know. He was the head of his bear clan or something. Hold up.
I don't remember his lore.
Oh yeah, he has one of those really forgettable lores.
Now his lore, I can't remember his lore. His lore is that he's the last of his bear clan, and so the sole purpose of his bear clan is that if everything dies, he is the one to plant the life seed so that life starts all over again.
Yeah. Oh, and also he was Ursa's master once.
Is he immortal then?
I think so. If he's one of the...
He's definitely good.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd say lawful good, because he's serving nature.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, Luna. She's basically... She used to be like a warmonger, but then she started serving Salamene instead. And like now she's one of the... She's part of like the Moon Guard or whatever they're called, Dark Moon Order, something like that. And serves Salamene, the goddess of the moon. And yeah.
Lawful neutral.
Maybe lawful good, I'm not sure.
Maybe good.
Yeah, I mean, she was kind of a bitch back then, but now she's doing okay.
Yeah, but... Does she really... She doesn't really care about helping other people, though. It's more...
She only cares about serving Salamene.
Oh, no, she does... She does care about helping Sorla, so she does care about helping others. Like, she wants Sorla to not be evil anymore. She's trying to make Sorla, like, be good. So she's definitely lawful good.
Yeah, okay.
Or neutral good.
I'll probably put lawful good.
I agree.
Lycan, he was part of the House of Embry, which was one of the biggest houses in the Kingdom of Slam. And then basically they were rebelling against the king because he was like becoming crazy. But then the rebellion was shut down and they killed all of Lycan's family, like the entirety of the House of Embry, except his father. And then they turned Lycan into a wolf so that he was gonna kill his father as like the ultimate punishment. But then instead he turned on the people who like turned him into a wolf and killed them and ran into the woods. And then his father was...
He
What?
didn't lose his sanity when they turned him into...
Yeah.
Man, that's like turning into a furry, but in the worst way possible.
Kinda, yeah.
Imagine being forced to turn into like wearing a fursuit in front of everyone. Punishment.
To kill your dad.
That's literally like it right there. He was forced to wear a fursuit. Jeez.
Okay, so he's kind of chaotic good then, since he's a rebel.
Yeah, he turned his curse into his like he pretty much wants to keep away from everyone, but then he's like, well, I have to do something with my life here, and now he like uses that curse as one of his like powers.
I guess.
Isn't rebelling against the evil king a chaotic good thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, no,
thinking.
yeah.
He's good.
Okay, Magnus. So basically his people, they're a bunch of like Magnesoroi, which is basically centaur, but like elephants or whatever, or rhinoceroses or whatever. And they lived by this mountain, and then people were like hunting them for their horns. So they wanted to flee, but Magnus didn't want to flee, he wanted to stay and fight them. But then there was this volcanic eruption or something which killed his people, so he's like the last of their kind, or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Basically, he's just horned 4 feet people that lived in the mountains, and mountain erupted, and they all died except Magnus.
Yeah.
Lawful knew.
Yeah, I
In
mean,
layman's terms.
the events of the mountain don't really describe his personality in any way.
It does. He's one of his ultimate reverse polarity is that he fights the fury of the erupting mountain that killed his family. That's
Yeah,
pretty
but-
much it, the only correlation, but yeah.
I mean, what motivations does he have that doesn't make him anything on this chart?
Well, one thing he's very stubborn because he didn't listen to, like, there were some people who were concerned and wanted to move, but he was really stubborn, so he wanted to stay, or something like that, so... I don't know, that makes him lawful, right?
Yeah, lawful.
I think lawful good, because he wanted, like, the best for his people, he was just very stubborn, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would agree, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mars. It's a little bit embarrassing, but like I'm not super well versed in Mars yet.
Dude, Mars basically has daddy issues. He doesn't like Zeus.
yeah.
Basically that.
Yeah, so they used to be like the Greek pantheon, but then like he rebelled against his father Zeus and became Mars instead of Ares, which is the god of war. But there's also something that I haven't dived too deep into, like a deeper part of his lore. The fact that he's like an outside observer looking at it, like from the outside. Like he's like self-aware and kind of breaking the fourth wall. Or something
Yeah.
like that. But I guess that doesn't really matter.
Basically, he's a deity that loves war, but because he's waged for war for so long, he wanted the war with a definite purpose, and that purpose is the ancients. The ancients call back then, and he followed. Of course, no one really knows that, but yeah, only us.
I'm thinking evil, chaotic evil maybe even, since he, or chaotic neutral or evil, since he rebelled against his dad.
I think it's chaotic neutral, because, I mean, while he's crazy, he's not like super like, yeah, we'll kill you for fun. Then again, he is like that. He is kill for fun.
He's like the war god.
Yeah. He is the embodiment of chaos. Less so than Chaos Knight though, but yeah.
I don't think he's evil though.
Then you think he's more like chaotic neutral?
Yeah, I think
He's
he's.
settled on chaotic neutral though, yeah.
What do you think, Ing?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think he's chaotic neutral.
Okay, we all agree then.
I'm fine with both options.
Okay, Medusa. So basically, she's like a Gorgon. She was born from a sea goddess mother, and she was super beautiful, but she wasn't immortal like her sisters. So to get power, she sacrificed her good looks for power. So she's super ugly, but like she slays, you know?
I don't know, she looks kinda cute there, you know? She doesn't look too bad, am I right, boys?
I mean,
No comment.
Yeah, now she sees that power is the only beauty, and she always says that. No.
I think she's kind of true neutral.
Yeah. She's not
She
really
was-
evil or good.
she was definitely good before, but now that she has that power, I don't know. Because she wanted to gain it to like protect, right?
I
I
guess.
don't know. I'm not sure we have enough like of her actions to know what her motivations are. So
True,
maybe
true.
we can leave her into neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Meepo. His lore is so complicated, man.
Meepo is
Is
basically some kind of gremlin that lives underground, loves jewels, and likes to make money. That's what he likes to do. He likes to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because like it's so convoluted because like there's a bunch of shit with him betting at the career races of Whitespire and then getting indebted to Mama Eve, and then to pay off the money he had to talk to the Jasper Circle, but then he owed them money, and like the Raven Hooks and like Dark Willow and Bounty Hunter. There's like a big story between like I think he's trying to save Dark Willow from Bounty Hunter so that she will owe him and pay off his debt or something like that. And then like some Meepos are off somewhere being held as hostages or whatever. Like
I mean,
But
that's
basi-
just chaos. That's definitely just chaos.
yeah. But I don't. He's definitely not evil. He might even be chaotic good because, or maybe not. He does steal and shit.
Maybe
Yeah.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
I can hear you all now. I'm sorry, I had some weird audio driver shit.
Right.
That's fine.
Hello, Enzo.
Hello, Anger. So we are doing D&D alignments for the Dota cast.
Yeah. Basically, how it works is we bring up a hero. Do you see my broadcast?
Yes, I see the video.
Yeah. So bring up a hero like this. So now it's Marana. Then we start off by just saying the basics of her lore, and then discussing where we think she belongs. So it can either be based on her lore or also like playstyle in game, but mostly the lore.
I'd kind of consider Marana to be sort of a lawful neutral. She's mostly just serving the priesthood of Selemene without really worrying about whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, her lore is that she was the princess of the Solar Kingdom or Solar Empire or something like that, or Solar God or whatever, and then she abandoned that to become a priestess for Selemene or something like that. So she is kind of rebelling, or she did abandon her old life to serve something new. I don't know, doesn't that kind of feed into chaotic?
Yeah, what was the reason? Is there any info on...
Trading one, authority position to another. She's going from, a political authority to a religious. So.
Yeah, she was born to a royal family, so she was the princess next in line for the Solar Throne. But she didn't want the claim because she'd rather dedicate herself to Selemene.
I think, yeah, it makes her lawful.
I'm not sure about that.
Religion in general tends to be kind of lawful in D&D terms.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you could maybe call her lawful good if she's leaving because it's the right thing to do, but
No, I think you're right. She's awful neutral.
if I could just say a really obvious one, we're going alphabetically.
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
there. Don't worry. Okay.
Sooner or later.
So Monkey King's lore is basically that he's kind of a little bit like Monkey King, or I mean like Bounty Hunter, that people argue what actually happened to him in the past. But basically, he's been through a lot of shit. He's just traveling around, getting in trouble, getting out of trouble, pissing people off. He's extremely talkative. And like he was in a
escaped the narrow maze.
Yeah. He actually he went to the narrow maze to die, but instead he ripped out the page in the Book of the Dead or something that contained his name. So that's made him not die, and he escaped.
Which is something from Journey to the West, which is fun. But I would call Monkey King chaotic good.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
It's not
Especially with his
no-brainer.
actual lore.
Like he's a troublemaker at heart, but he's essentially good. Like in the comic, he's disturbed by the idea of killing people for money, so you know he has a moral compass, but for the most part he just wants to start shit.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so Morphling, he came from outer space on a comet, crashed on Earth, into a war between people, and instead of taking a side, he just shifted from person to person, taking on their looks and just basically defeating everyone. So he doesn't really follow any rules.
Yeah, I would kind of call Morphling personally true neutral just because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't seem to really fit into human morality at all.
Just kind of like water, you know, just sentient water. That's all he was, just water.
So true neutral or chaotic neutral?
Maybe true neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with true.
Okay, Naga Siren. So basically, when the Leviaths attacked the Slytherin city to get the gem back, she was like sworn to protect them, and when she wasn't able to, because they did actually steal that chalice, she was like banished to go search for the lost chalice to get it back, and until she does that, she can't return.
It's definitely lawful.
Like, you can maybe argue lawful good, but to me, she sort of strikes me as more lawful neutral. Just, you know.
She's like leading Slytherin guard or something. That's what I remember.
Yeah. But in that, I can't remember, in the Slytherin guard, that's why she got banished, because there's a rule there or something that if you fail, then you're banished or something like that.
Yeah, she failed protecting the chalice or whatever.
Yeah. How about, okay, so her being in the Slytherin guard, like, just inherently, doesn't that mean she wants to help people? Doesn't that make her good?
Yes, probably.
She upholds like a form of code, essentially, yeah.
Maybe she is lawful good then.
I can see that, yes.
Yeah, and she heals with axe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Oh, my boy, Nature's Prophet. Okay, so basically...
I think he's chaotic evil, gameplay wise. In Turbo,
yeah, definitely.
he's just go ags on them, be like, yeah, I push, he just beat the entire waves with the Alchemist.
And him
And then
caring
you're
about
the game, like, artifacts.
You know how he cares about nature, then kills the trees? Wow.
Yeah, that's
Turn
true.
alive and fight for
Definitely,
it.
yes.
I sort of feel like, you know, Nature's Prophet is kind of a druid of sorts, and, you know, he was a druid back in the Warcraft days. And that in general tends to be sort of like a true neutral kind of a
Yeah.
class.
We're like
Yeah.
chaotic neutral, no.
I don't know, he basically, his lore is that when Viridicia, the goddess of nature, made nature, she sensed that she was about to die, so in order to protect nature in case things were gonna go south, she planted a last seed in her body that would spring forth into Nature's Prophet, which was like, he's essentially just meant to protect nature. That is his, like, yeah, number
Purpose.
one. Yeah. And
I think he's neutral good.
but like protection and shit like that, isn't that kind of lawful though? Like he's doing it to, like he's following her orders. I don't know, maybe not.
But like the very DC, she is nature. Can we call nature as a religion or something? I think it's more like I don't feel lawful.
No, maybe not. Maybe he is neutral good, yeah.
Is he friends with anyone? I'm not sure I remember.
I can't remember. He's one of those that is like very independent.
So he's not.
Earth Spirit, Lone Druid, Treant Protector, Ursa, all like the nature heroes have a lot to do with him. And like Timbersaw really doesn't like him.
Freeze.
Yeah, him and
Neutral, but
neutral good.
I'm not really sure he's that good.
Yeah. Maybe true neutral is right. Like, is he chaotic or lawful? I don't think so. Is he good or evil? I don't think so.
I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, yeah, I guess true
Yeah,
neutral
true.
fits.
But people who play him are definitely chaotic evil.
Definitely.
Yes.
Any jungler is, for sure.
No one jungles him anymore, though.
I do.
Oh, God.
And rush ags.
Yeah, she beats the entire game, and once she realizes the game can't be won, she abandons it and plays Artifact. That happened to us once, it's really bad.
An intelligent game for
She stopped playing Dota and started streaming Artifact, and we're like, wait, what?
Nah, the relaunch can't come soon enough.
Yeah. Okay, my boy Necrophos, basically, he was part of the Remescue religion. He was a cardinal there, which is like a bishop or a priest or whatever. And there was this plague that was going on, which may or may not be caused by Necrophos himself. But basically, he was healing people in exchange for like money. And then it turns out that he was making them sick and then taking money for making them healthy or something like that. I can't remember. But basically, he's really, really evil. And
I'd call him chaotic evil.
and-
just because
but then they to punish him for this, they put him in this plague ward where he was meant to get super sick and die very slowly. But instead, like, it made him more powerful and he became the Pope of Pestilence. And now he's like traveling around. He just wants to infect people, basically. That's all he lives for.
Yeah, that's chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Chaotic evil.
I believe he also had a title, Necrophiliac, but then it was changed for obvious reasons.
Wasn't it Necrolite?
No,
Necrolite.
Necrophiliac, the Necrolite, and now Necrophos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, my boy.
Ooh.
So basically, like, before there was light, there was a bunch of like super spooky, scary creatures roaming around, like terrifying everyone and killing everyone. But then light came and they all died, except Night Stalker, who is basically just the boogeyman. Like, anything scary that are told in stories to children and spooky stories, that is what Night Stalker is. He is the spooky thing in the forest at night.
I don't know if he's chaotic.
he's a complicated one because like there's some sort of like there's a sympathetic aspect, you know, being sort of like this victim of genocide, but at the same time he's spooky. I kind of I kind of just want to say neutral evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at the same time, part of me feels like he's sort of like Morphling, where you just can't qualify him. But he's spooky, so neutral evil.
Yeah.
No, he exists to scare people to do that evil stuff. So I think that makes him evil. I don't think Morphling doesn't do that.
Yeah.
He has like abilities about fear and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely just evil.
And if like Kotl and light is good, then darkness and night and bane, like if that's evil, then Night Stalker is definitely evil.
No, yeah, no question.
Nyx Assassin. So basically he's part of this hive full of telepathic little bugs, which have like a queen / goddess / mother who is like controlling the hive, and the Nyx Assassins are the elite members of the hive that are like sent out and do her bidding and kill for her.
I'd say either lawful neutral or lawful evil. You know,
I think he enjoys what he does. I think it's lawful evil.
Yeah,
Really?
also think lawful evil.
Lawful evil, yeah.
But he's definitely in the lawful category because all he thinks about is serving.
His queen, tip my lady.
Yeah.
Does he enjoy it though?
Yes,
Does he say it in his voice lines? I don't play that hero.
I mean, the name of the queen is Nyx, right? So he's just repeating her name all the time.
One thing I know that he says is like, so soft.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. Because he's like feeling the flesh of the people he's killing.
Okay, so basically Ogre Magi, he was born an ogre with 2 heads, which is like, means he's lucky, or whatever. He's like blessed by the goddess of luck. And he's like super smart for an ogre.
I think it was the 2 heads means he's intelligent, because like 1 head is not enough for ogres. They're super dumb. But when an ogre with 2 heads is born, they consider it like their leader and stuff because it has higher intelligence. But this guy has also been chosen by the goddess of luck, and that's why he has all those abilities and all that stuff.
Oh.
God, it's so bad for him because he was really stupid. So just gave him incredible luck.
He kind of strikes me as chaotic good. Like he's a decent guy, but he's just such a fucking idiot that he couldn't really follow a rule if he wanted to.
Yeah, I agree actually.
Yeah, I agree. That's chaos, no question, because like, everything related to luck is definitely just chaos.
But is he good though? Like, does he care about helping anyone?
Like I don't think he has the mental capacity to understand that.
Yeah, you could maybe argue he's true neutral just because he is too dumb to like consciously choose good or evil, law or chaos, but he kind of strikes me as chaotic good, chaotic neutral, just because. I mean, he's not mindless. He talks, he makes words.
Yeah. I mean, he has an
I
ability.
have a headache. Like, one of my favorite lines is, "Ow, I have a headache." Yeah, you do. It's my favorites. Stop making her this one. Stop. I love Ogre.
Isn't like the definition of good? Isn't that they fight for other people, like bigger than themselves? He doesn't really seem. Does he fight for like other ogres or whatever?
He does feel really guilty if he kills alchemists, but only because of the ogre, the alchemist himself.
Ogre is kind of chaotic evil though when you play against him. He has axe, multicasting him. It pretty feels bad.
I mean, that's not enough to make him evil. I would probably put him in chaotic neutral.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go with that.
Okay, Omni Knight. Basically, he believes in the omniscience, and he used to be like a crusader, where he went around killing people, spreading his faith. But then he started questioning the faith, and so he went into the underground caves of Emeracus to see the omniscience for himself, and then he saw him, so he started believing again, and yeah.
Lawful good for sure.
Yeah, I like how Omni Knight is not just some kind of like completely like religious zealot, but instead he's a soldier of God that questioned his faith and was actually tested and now believes it even more, knowing that it's actually true.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty pog.
Agree?
Okay, Oracle Man, this little piece of shit. So basically, he's from like a different world where basically he was so good at telling prophecies that people like wanted him on their side, because basically what he said actually happened. So he was there was like a power aspect in having him. But then like the things he started prophesizing were really bad for the people who tried to control him too. But I can't remember. It's really complicated, the entire story. But basically, like he's fucking people over with like prophecies and shit. Let me actually reread the lore so I don't say anything incorrect.
Like the longest lore.
Yeah.
I think
Oh
what
my
I
God.
remember about his lore is that in that world there was like a school of oracles, and they were taught to predict, and every like kingdom had an oracle, and every king was asking them what's up gonna happen, and they did wars based on that. And then but this guy was different from others because instead of just predicting, he started shaping the future and stuff, and that's something like that.
Yeah, that's completely right. Yeah. Yeah, and then the king, like after using Oracle for that, he was boasting that he had adopted Fate's pet and made a plaything of Fate itself, which made Oracle. Oh yeah, so during one of the fights, when Oracle was gonna predict like the war, he said it could go either way. And then but the king was still confident. And okay, hold on. Man, it's so fucking long. This should be illegal. I don't read good.
Basically, he says it could go either way, and
So basically, it went every way.
The whole battle is just this weird Schrodinger's cat, where like every soldier is alive and
Yeah, but yeah.
and that pissed them off, so they sent him to space.
I would say evil, maybe chaotic evil.
Yeah, he's definitely chaotic evil or chaotic neutral.
I feel like he's like true neutral. Like,
why? He's chaotic as fuck.
It's definitely evil.
He's definitely chaotic, so that makes him chaotic evil.
It's kind of ambiguous if he is like actually manipulative or he's just.
Yeah, it is ambiguous. They don't say like.
They don't say what?
Maybe he had nothing to do with the battle going either way.
They don't mention his attitude or anything.
But they say that he does shape the future, so anything he says is him shaping it. And like he's super smug, like you can just tell like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
that's Oracle for you.
I feel obligated to mention that Oracle's voice actor is the G-Man in Half-Life.
But I predict a long life for you.
Copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm down with chaotic evil.
Like he's definitely, yeah, he's chaotic evil. There's nothing else that makes sense. What else could he be?
Let's move on.
Okay, OD. So
Easy, chaotic neutral.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, his lore. He's just the guy who brings like he warns you about the bad stuff, but he's like, it's just gonna happen, you know. Might as well, do whatever.
But like the basics of his lore is that he's from like a planet far away or something that was destroyed, so he's here to warn us about the same thing. Isn't that the basics of it?
I think so.
Yes.
Wait, does that make him chaotic neutral though? Like, is he chaotic?
Maybe even true neutral.
Yeah, I was kind of
Kinda-
thinking.
Like true neutral in general tends to be sort of like force of nature type, so I'd put him there.
Yeah, he does feel like a force that's just coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, hold on. Who's typing?
Who's typing? Not me.
Huh?
Was I the only one who heard typing?
No. I heard some typing.
Oh yeah, I'm looking up hero names when we were going through it, so I could see the lore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it comes in the recording, so
Oh, my bad.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll give myself in a half then.
Okay, Pangolier. His lore is basically, I can't even remember. It's something really, really boring. That's all I remember.
He's just like a fighter.
He's a French man with a sword and likes wine in battle.
He's a member of some kind of order, like a military order, I think. So maybe lawful good. But his general attitude is not too lawful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like
thinking between lawful and neutral good.
I don't think Lawful is more chaotic,
If
let's
only
say.
we were using the Planescape system where there's in-betweens everywhere.
I think he's like just neutral good.
Yeah. I'm feeling neutral good.
Okay.
Or what do you think, Duke? Do you have something to say about him?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm leaning towards chaotic good. But if you say lawful, then neutral is a good middle ground.
Well, what makes you think he's chaotic?
I mean, his style of fighting, his style of adventuring, like he went on from his order to adventure and stuff like. I mean, it's like a chaotic trait to some degree. I don't know.
You might be right, actually.
There is no monster he won't slay, no creature he won't woo, no tyrant he won't stand against, and no noble immune to his silver tongue. Yeah, he's chaotic as fuck!
That he
Okay.
is.
He was also born to a noble family,
Okay.
and he's like really good at like coercing people.
I mean, you see him in some video, I don't remember, running around doing mischief. So I'd probably put him in chaotic good.
Yeah, plus. Okay, PA. Basically, she's part of the Veiled Sisters who, the Veiled Oracle tells them who to kill, and then they kill them, basically. But they usually forget their identity, but PA for some reason remembers her name, and she's like clinging on to it.
Like,
So-
Poor girl.
Like, she's just killing whoever she's told to.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much lawful.
But, okay, so is she completely lawful though? She's defying the orders and remembering her name. And is she really evil? Because she's like questioning some things, you know? She's just doing as she's told. She doesn't have a choice.
I don't.
I mean, she does have a choice. She could stop doing it.
Yeah, I guess.
She's gonna die though if she does.
Does she?
Yeah.
But she's still making the conscious choice, so she's doing what's lawful, it's for survival's sake.
I'm not 100% she's evil though.
I would maybe say lawful neutral. If she's lawful evil, then Alchemist is definitely evil and Anti-Mage is definitely good.
Okay, I would allow lawful neutral.
Because magic is an abomination.
That it is.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah. I think the Veiled Oracle is what's evil, not PA.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay, PL. I don't know, something about... Oh, I haven't read his lore in so long. But he's from like a
He's-
fishing village or something.
I remember pretty well.
He's
He's
just the guy who wants peace for his people. That's what he wants.
a fisherman from a village where they fish, and
What he fish, yeah.
yep, and they were attacked, and then he fought them off, the people who were attacking, and when he was fighting a powerful mage, he absorbed a shard or some magic from the guy, and it created illusions of himself, and then it kind of fucked his mind as well. So he thinks there's multiple people.
What did you say, Ansel? It's a bit hard to hear you.
Well, he is multiple people.
Yeah, no.
He is the Animancer.
But I'd kind of call him neutral good, he's not...
Yeah.
He just cares about the village.
Isn't he a bit chaotic though?
He is.
With like
Gameplay
split
wise.
personality?
Yes. He still is fighting to protect like his people, right?
Yeah.
I think it's neutral good. I don't think he's chaotic. His nature of his ability is chaotic, but I don't think his mind is.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, Phoenix. Basically, he's the first son or something created by Kotl.
Probably true neutral.
Yeah.
But he does heal.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Does he have friends? I don't remember any voice lines with him.
Does he
My
have a
favorite-
voice?
My favorite Phoenix voice line is
I mean voice lines of other characters.
Oh.
Like,
And Phoenix is my girl, and I think she's extremely good neutral. My avatar is Phoenix. Look at her. Isn't she adorable?
I think Ayo is a girl, but I think Phoenix is a boy.
No, I think. Well, no, it's the other way around, buddy.
I is non-binary.
Non-binary, gender fluid. Pronouns are Z, Zem, and Zor.
For Phoenix, it's Phi and Fim. Or something.
Fair.
Okay, so like all the primordials and fundamentals, or I'm saying all, but it's just Arc Warden and Enigma are talking to him, and like Winter Wyvern is talking shit. Ember Spirit is talking shit. He doesn't have like a lot of
Definitely
friends.
not good. True neutral is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ya girl, Puck, or ya boy, which one is it? I don't know.
This one is definitely gender fluid.
I think Puck is a male because it's like a little boy that's really mischievous. That's how I see Puck.
Well,
The
basically,
voice is very female.
He's evil.
Oh, it's voiced by a female. That's what.
people who play him is definitely evil.
I kind of call
He's
Puck
Lord. How is he
Lord.
neutral? He's been living forever, and he finds fighting curious, and he enjoys killing people and stuff because he's like such a powerful and long-living dragon. He just kills everything around him and enjoys looking at fights and participating in them. I think that's evil.
Just mischievous. That's all he is.
I mean, I would say chaotic evil even.
I'm thinking chaotic evil too. He's a fairy dragon, and fairies are like super mischievous, and especially because Puck is a type of fairy in English folklore, which are known, especially because of Christianity. They actually used to help people like back in the day, but then when Christianity came and they had to make like the old folklore things evil, Pucks became evil, and like they tried to trick you and like mess with you.
Yeah, I think I agree with this. I think he's chaotic evil.
Yeah. If Dark Willow is chaotic neutral, Puck is basically like a more evil Dark Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
less
good comparison. Biggest oversight.
Yeah, because I have that on my Steam actually, so every time I look at it, you just see that glorious copy pasta.
Okay, Pudge. So basically, in the fields of endless carnage, people don't decompose. So people just fight and then they don't. Do they not die or do they not decompose? I can't remember.
Don't
I think they can die, but yeah, they don't decompose.
And Pudge is known as the Butcher. Like, he's from there, but he is known as the Butcher who started out just butchering the corpses, but then he started like tasting them until he eventually started eating them and like searching for people to eat or something.
Yum.
And
Yep.
yeah, he's definitely
Became
evil.
What it is.
Yeah.
He's like so ugly and disgusting.
Dude, don't talk shit about my boy Pudge.
Look at him. He had to attach his arm. because it
You
was-
ever saw him dance with that nice boyish ass? Watching him shake it, man.
I don't consider him. Is he chaotic?
Not really, no. I think he's neutral evil.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pugna. So basically,
Oh, I like Pudge, man.
his people had to like choose a new like they had to choose like a new king or something based on like little babies or something, and they tested it the same way as in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Where they gave them these toys and then they had to like they made the babies choose what toys they wanted to use, and then Pugna passed the test and was the chosen baby, but then he turned out that he was fucking crazy, so he killed everyone or something.
It basically blew up.
No, what happened was that Pugna was known as a genius as a child, and he thwarted everyone, even the Grandmaster in his school, which is why he killed everyone. Like,
Wait,
because
so
he
there was no selection process? Did I make that up?
I think he did, yeah, because he
What
was just
the
a
fuck?
genius. He was known to be really smart in the school. Because
Right.
in the ability tooltip for his Netherward, he says that this a simple magic basically outbested him, even the Grandmaster of Oblivion. Or that's something like along those lines.
I do remember something about the choosing process too.
No. He was Pugna, a mere 13 month of age, was one of the candidates among the local brats. Blah blah blah.
Leaving his academy without a leader. So they needed a new leader. And the way they did that, the master's reincarnation, was by getting the villages around the shadow of the temple to like give them babies to like select among them which was the chosen one. Which happened to be Pugna. Because he chose the right toys. And then he killed the other children.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That mystery devoted
Yeah,
to
I
arts
guess
of
so.
oblivion.
Yeah, I guess you kind of hit on the nose there. I guess, yeah. I just remembered that.
And then within 5 years of him becoming the new leader, the temple was in a pile of ash. Which pleased Pugna to no end.
He was chosen to be the leader because, like, the leader of the stuff, of the arts of the oblivion dies, and they are like looking for a new guy. They like the person who the old one reincarnated into, and they thought it was Pugna, and it was very powerful and blasted the shit out of everything. Then after that,
Which delighted him to no end. It's so evil.
yeah.
Pugna is a little shithead. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
It's only feeling chaotic evil.
I like this guy.
Is he chaotic though, or is he neutral?
I'm
Chaotic,
definitely
that's-
chaotic. Same.
Ah, yeah, girl.
I've been thinking about this.
I think she's chaotic evil.
Yes.
Well, so basically, like the king of owls, he summoned a succubus, which happened to be Queen of Pain, and then like he forgot all his king duties because like he just wanted to be tortured by her all day. He didn't want to do anything else. And then like the people start.
Yeah.
Then the people started rebelling because like he didn't want to do
They
anything.
stormed his tower and then threw him out of the window.
Yeah.
And because Queen of Pain was bound to the king, when he dies, the bond was broken. She was free, even from the hell she was like summoned from.
And I feel like, if I recall correctly, because she's just so sexy, he married her. So the Queen of Pain thing, that's not like a nickname. She is a literal queen.
She was his secret queen. Like
Yeah.
he called her that. I don't think he married her, but he
Yeah.
definitely called her his
He
secret
called her
queen.
queen, yeah.
Yeah.
She's the queen now, though, because the king's dead.
No, she was just
Long
freed on the
king.
world. I don't think she was ever like
Yeah.
part of the
No, yeah,
kingdom. She was just like his secret Queen of Pain.
I kind of. This is a. well, she is a demon, so I kind of feel like
Oh, she's
No.
she just travels the world.
being evil
And-
kind of comes with that, but at the same time, like, she mostly just. I mean, she did what the king wanted. He died, but not directly because of her. So she was.
She
Following
likes
orders.
inflicting pain. I think that makes her evil.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
is it though? Cause like
I don't know.
With-
there's
for
some
the king,
Satanists who
like, he
are
was willing.
okay people, you know? Like, yeah.
she was doing him favors.
Yeah, I kind of. I kind of feel like Lawful evil just because she's a demon, but at the same time was.
Why
Well, because it was a
Lawful?
demonic pact, though. That's why she was not supposed to do it.
I'm feeling lawful evil.
How
No, I mean neutral
why-
evil.
why is-
Neutral evil. I don't know. Is she really that chaotic? She doesn't give up chaotic vibes to me. I don't know.
She has no, like, alliance anymore. She was like serving hell, and then she was serving the king. Now she's free of everything. I think that kind of could make her chaotic. But neutral is fine, I think, as well.
Yeah, I say neutral evil.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know, but she does actually like go out of her way, like blinking around to like find people to torment. So I don't know. I guess that is kind of chaotic.
I mean,
hey,
it's evil more than chaotic.
I
Yeah.
am sorry to bail on you, but I need to get my fat ass to the gym.
Okay, peace and
Alright.
You gotta
sign.
do what you gotta do.
But it is
Okay.
awesome seeing you. I'm glad I got to be a part of this, and I hope you all have a great day.
Alright, you
Same
too.
to you.
Yeah,
Bye.
take care.
Don't skip leg day.
Very important.
Okay, neutral or chaotic? What do you think, gamers?
I'd say
Let's
neutral.
My neutral. Yeah.
I'm personally leaning towards chaotic just because like it's her own desire to inflict pain, and she kind of does go out of her way to do that. But I mean,
Well,
neutral
you
also-
are the
also
clock
fits.
expert.
I mean, pain is just evil. It's not like it's the
Yeah. I agree. No, neutral I think is good.
I
mean,
think
it's not like she's acting in the moment, and I mean, it's just like neutral evil.
Alright.
Okay, Razor. Basically, he's like, when people go to the afterlife, he punishes them and makes sure that they go to the right afterlife. Like, he makes sure they go through the narrow maze and get to the underworld, so... I don't know. I think he's lawful neutral.
Yeah, I think you have him in the right square.
Or lawful evil. Cause,
Yeah.
like, he enjoys, like...
Does he? I don't
think
remember
so.
anything about enjoying.
Maybe
Zap
not.
your ass. Yeah, I think lawful neutral is good.
Okay. Ricky, he's from like an old noble house or something, and then he was like the dirt in the middle, I think, so he was invisible, which made him literally invisible. Or maybe I'm just projecting because I'm a middle child.
Come on, man. All his family got assassinated. He was
Oh.
just hiding, and after that he
he's
got
good though.
powers. He tried to hide, and while doing that, I guess he got the powers to be invisible because he wanted to escape that massacre. And
Wait,
then-
really? I remember there being
No,
something about him
no.
being the middle child.
Yeah, it was him being a middle child, so it was like a figure. It's basically it's like where a lot of middle children can like relate with. He doesn't have any superpowers. He's just really good at killing people and being invisible.
But that's after his family got killed.
Yeah, and then he started taking up assassinations. He really enjoyed it. That's his lore.
Oh,
basically.
thank God! I'm reading the lore now. Thank God, I didn't just project it. It's
He
actually his lore.
he didn't project, but it's like very, it's just true essentially. Yeah.
Okay, so where does that put him?
Chaotic, neutral, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I think
guess.
he's a bit evil, maybe.
He is a stealth assassin.
He's already invisible.
Neutral evil, maybe.
I don't think neutral. He's like quite chaotic. I mean, thieves in general are very chaotic. Like Reshka.
Oh, how did you say that? Oh, say it again.
What? Say what?
Mireska.
Mire-
Reshka.
Oh my God!
Chris.
Okay.
You have a really nice Russian accent. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's because it's my native tongue.
Is that a Russian name? I've never heard it in Russian.
No, it's just like the letter. We have a lot of words that end in ka, and they're often like shka. No, ending in shka.
You say it like
Anyway.
babushka.
Yes, babushka.
Bushka. Whereas RT's potato, choppy pasta. Some of my favorites.
I chaotic neutral then?
He's
I'd say
not.
yes.
Is he evil or neutral? Isn't he kind of good? No, I guess no. He's neutral. Man, his lore is actually so crap. Other than like the dirt in the middle thing.
Yeah.
next.
Okay. Sorry. Rubick, who was basically just a really powerful wizard, and then to like prove to everyone, because he was an insecure little piece of shit, to prove everyone how great he was, he had to like have all of them like attack him at once, so he could prove to them
No,
he was the best.
he also.
No, those are assassins.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
like because he was powerful, people were sending assassins to kill him, and he obviously repelled all the attacks, and then he decided to challenge the people who sent the assassins, I think, and then he won basically and became the Grand Magus.
oh, yeah, that sounds more right. He's definitely. I'm getting chaotic vibes. I'm getting
Yeah.
another chaotic neutral vibe.
Hmm.
I would agree.
Okay, Sand King. Isn't he basically just the spirit of the sand?
Yeah, like the desert.
Yeah, he's been given life by the goddess. I forgot her name, but basically he's like a piece of armor that's been animated by that goddess.
Wasn't it? Oh, the Jinn of Cold. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. That.
Yeah, he's the soul of the sand. Yeah. Guardian, warrior, ambassador. Sand King is all of these things.
So lawful neutral,
Yeah.
lawful evil.
I don't think he's evil now.
What makes him come evil?
What?
Because Sand is rough and annoying and gets everywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Shadow Demon. Oh man, what's his lore?
His
again?
lore is so cool. Basically, he was very powerful demon, and then he started casting. Oh yeah. Because he was so powerful, they other demons didn't like him that much and stuff. But he started like putting his parts of himself into powerful wizards and controlling them. In the end, like almost every mage was basically controlled by Shadow Demon, and the Doom and the Seth tried to team up to stop him, and they succeeded. So they basically freed all those. I think might have killed them. All of those mages that were corrupted by Shadow Demon. So he was weak for a very long time, but then he gathered his strength again, and that's what he is now.
Huh.
I like his lore.
Yeah.
He was
that's
so
epic.
powerful that two other demons had to team up to stop him. Very pog.
Very pog. I don't know. Neutral evil then, or
He was acting on his personal kind of ideas. I think it's more chaotic.
I mean, actually, your personal is just evil. It's not like on the lawful chaotic axis. Lawful chaotic axis is about how much he follows the law, maintains the order, or on the opposite side, chaotic would act random and in the moment.
Oh, I guess then.
He's like I don't know,
neutral,
neutral
evil.
probably.
Yeah, you're right.
okay. Oh, SF. Okay, so basically he's like collecting souls and shit for his part of
The
hell.
master
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
The master who may or may not be Shadow Demon. Isn't it something
He's-
I
about
don't
that?
think so. No.
No, it was Shadow Fiend and Doom that teamed up to fight against Shadow Demon, though.
I don't think he's.
But there
I
is a
don't think
theory about who his master is. I remember
Yeah.
something about that. But I don't know. It's so long. It's been so long.
Soul Collector.
Isn't he also like a lord of some sort himself, like from Court of Restool?
Yeah, yeah. From our, is he the Lord? Isn't he just part of the Court of Bristol?
I feel like he's like one of the main guys there. I'm not sure.
Well, the Court of Ristil, for anyone who doesn't know, is an artifact and underlords. They're building up towards it being like this faction where demons are organized or something.
Is Shadow Demon there?
Yeah.
Yes, Shadow Demon. I think Queen of Pain.
What, really?
Wait, Shadow Demon. No, Shadow Fiend. Oh yeah, I don't know about Shadow Demon. We don't know. But Quap is there.
Why is
Doom
she
is
there?
there.
She's not even like a real demon, I think.
I think it's because in Underlords, just all the demon characters, including Anesix, the Underlord, they're like just from the demon faction, which is basically now Court of Ristil.
Oh, I see.
Like, I think
And-
they were gonna expand more on it in Artifact, but because of what happened, they moved it on to Underlords instead. And then it fit with the fact that there was a demon alliance,
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I think he would go to Lawful Evil without question.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just following his master. Okay, Shadow
I feel like
Shaman.
he's his own master.
Is he?
But that's just how I feel.
Wait, but I mean, anyway, he's still be Lawful.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shaman was born in the Bleeding Hills as half troll, half something else, and he was picked up by a con man and together they went around tricking people, scamming people, but then it turned out that Shadow Shaman was actually capable of prophecy and like doing
Magic.
yeah, actually capable of those things. So they actually got rich and got a reputation for being like good at what they were doing. But then in the end, their past caught up with them, and people they had scammed in the past killed his master. And now he's
Yeah.
like he doesn't even have a cause to fight anyone. He's just running around like just
He's a
defending
vagabond,
himself.
He discovered they had powers after, like, when they started attack. No, actually.
Oh yeah, because he killed the people who killed his master. Yeah. And that was
Yeah,
the
with
first
the
time he.
abilities.
Yeah.
Something Bleeding Hills. I remember that.
Basically,
I
like,
remember this.
people killed his master, so he used his powers to kill them back. And that's the first time he used them for something evil.
Yeah.
But I don't think that turned him evil, it just made him aware of violence.
I
Yeah.
think he's chaotic neutral. Because he's just like a traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would agree.
He's a traveler.
Okay, so Silencer, it was something about, he was being brought up to be like this big magician, but then it turned out he had no magic. So he instead used his non-magical powers to make like his opponents lose their magic or something. And that's made him, in the end, the most powerful.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Right? Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember something like that.
I feel like he's definitely lawful, because he's obliged to
Yeah.
the AOL Drias or whatever, and he's also in the Tyler estate.
Yeah.
I would say lawful neutral.
Yeah.
Definitely not good. Neutral is fine, yes.
Why
Yeah.
not good?
He's not very keen to help people.
Yeah,
True.
I guess.
Like, if anything, he's fighting against people. Is his motive.
By the way, your mic is a little bit like, are you talking very close to your mic?
Sorry, yeah.
That's okay. I'm just letting you know. Okay, Skywrath Mage. So basically, in the within the Skywrath people in the Ghastly Eerie, he was like really, oh man, he was like really powerful or something. But then his girl got like scammed by her sister, so she fell down to earth with her wings cut off, and like she was reborn as the vengeful spirit. But I can't remember, like, why did he follow her to the earth? I can't remember. Is it
She was in
specifically
love?
But is that the reason why?
Yeah, they were in love, and then Venge did something. They had to exile her from there.
Yeah.
Wasn't it just because she had no wings though, so she couldn't stay there?
They cut off her wings.
Yeah,
too.
they cut off.
Yeah.
This was the part of like the punishment. She was like Sky before.
Oh yeah, while he dreams of restoring his beloved queen to the castle hearing. He dreams even more desperately of restoring Shandalzare herself to a fully healed physical form. Yeah. Okay, so he's basically just on Earth to protect Milady.
Protect Milady.
Does that make him lawful good?
I mean, he's not very.
I feel like he's lawful good. Yeah, yeah. But
Sure
it's
about
like
it. I mean, he wants to protect one person, but like not everyone. Doesn't
no,
really-
he does. It just shows his love, and he lives in a system basically where he's like he doesn't agree with the person in charge, but to like basically survive and live for another to survive and fight another day. He lives this way so that yeah, that's how he lives essentially.
I mean, if he's not agreeing with the person in charge, he's not lawful, probably. So
Mm.
he's
I mean, it's a completely complicated situation though. Just because like he knows how bad his position is in, but if he wants to stay in power and to help people, he has to play his cards. You know, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean you're unlawful.
Well, but
Yeah.
rebellion is inherently.
He's not really rebellious either way because of that. He doesn't challenge the status quo. Like it's like how in Artifact that it's like Skywrath Mage is like, I wish I was in Rick's position where he could fight against the power, but Skywrath cannot. So in one way, he's like fulfilling one way of him fighting back the power that he is doing so.
But
against,
even if he isn't acting upon it, he still is rebellious in nature against the power.
Yeah. And the Skywrath just being smart doesn't mean he's not unlawful,
I think he's neutral.
Yeah, I'd say neutral.
Good or true neutral?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think maybe true neutral. Since he's only fighting for Milady, he's not really fighting for the good of his people or whatever.
Yeah.
Cause like even, I'm sure there's even, like for example, Broodmother. She's fighting for her spawn. Legion Commander is fighting for Stonehall, but that doesn't make them good people just because they're fighting for like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, true neutral fits.
Okay, a boy Slarder. Isn't he basically the same as Naga Siren? Like he's
Yeah.
following Milady
Yeah.
to help her return the chalice.
What a nice guy.
Nice guys finish list.
Lawful good?
Yep.
If Naga is, he must be too, because he's basically her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any counter arguments.
Oh, Slark. So
The
basically,
bad boy.
yeah, he's like if Sardar was a bad boy. He's like a thief, and he's escaped from prison, and he's like, it might even be he who stole the chalice. There's a theory about, and yeah, I think he might be chaotic neutral.
I definitely agree with chaotic. I'm not sure about neutral or maybe even evil.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a criminal, but like, what kind of crimes was he committed for?
Like
It was
murder, I guess.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
just
probably.
stealing?
Like if it's just stealing, then he's probably neutral. But if it's like murder, then probably evil.
They put him in a very secure prison though.
I
It was
think-
like
He sacrificed like, because there was 13 others who also tried to escape, and he basically like sacrificed them in order to get out himself or
who
something.
did he?
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
10 of the dozen died in the escape attempt, and 2 were captured, hauled back to a dark reef, then executed for the entertainment of their fellow inmates. But Slark, the unsung 13th, used the commotion as cover and slipped away, never to be caught. So he wasn't the reason for their murder, but he used it as a way to get out.
I think it makes him more neutral than evil.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Slark may have once eaten another inmate at Dark Reef? What the fuck?
Okay, okay.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do in prison, you know? I don't blame you.
He has a voice line. Alone is best, but sometimes you need mates. Worst comes to worst, you can always eat them.
God damn.
And he has a
That's
dark
fine for-
pact, which he made with the Dark Ones. I'm getting evil vibes. But he is kind of... Slark knows Slith is. He is a fan of her singing and likely received a dagger from her as a gift. So him and Naga.
Naga's so popular.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you think she's gonna go for the nice guy or the bad boy?
Bad boys win all the time.
I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice though to have him in chaotic evil, just as like the polar opposite of Slardar?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. Snip. So basically, he grew up in Knollen, where like the culture is that everybody's like shooting with guns, and the coolest people are the ones that are the best at shooting, like sharpshooting. And when he was gonna do like this big ritual thing where you shoot steep stalkers, which are like these big spider things that crawl on the mountain walls, when he was gonna shoot it, he hit it in its third eye or middle eye or whatever, which is like a prophecy. So he got exiled or banished and has to like prove himself in battle and get legendary status, and until then he can't return.
Damn.
So
I mean, that's again the case when the backstory doesn't really tell anything about his personality. Like, okay, he like shoots well. What does it say about him? Is he good? Is he evil? Nothing.
well, he does kind of take a leadership role in Artifact, where he is trying to get people to join the Society of Like-Minded Keenfolk. I don't know if that says
If
anything.
anything, that makes him good. Like, if he cares about he's supporting others, like neutral good.
Yeah, I would agree with neutral good.
I mean, he only has been exiled for being too good
Yeah.
of a shooter. So.
But
It's
him...
not like he has done something bad. Yeah, neutral good. It's okay.
Okay, a girl spectre. I can't remember. I only remember like the theory about Phantom Assassin being Spectre.
Yeah.
I can't remember her actual name.
I really thought
Basically,
about it. Yeah.
she's a shadow that doesn't know like where she is, but she just fights essentially. Sad
Oh.
time for her. Yeah.
Yeah, like she tries to remember who she is and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and every time she remembers, but then wins the battle or loses the battle, her mind is reset or something, so she forgets.
I think it's true neutral.
Same like Death Prophet.
But isn't it kind of chaotic though that she's fighting but you don't even know what cause? Or I guess that's true neutral, yeah. Yeah. Okay, not that many left now. Spirit Breaker. So he's like from the elemental plane or something, and he can like travel between all the 7 planes. And he is here because he senses that there's a danger on the Dota planet, like the terrain plane, that will eventually affect the elemental plane as well. So he has to like fight it here before it reaches his plane. Let's see. I don't actually know. Does he have any friends? Oh yeah, and he has a master, which he is fully devoted to.
Well,
Nice.
Well, at least we know he's lawful.
Mm.
I think Lawful neutral.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's about the breaking? What is the stuff he breaks? Why is it called Breaker?
He breaks the game by stunning you 3 times in a row.
I think it just might be his style of rolling, you know, dealing with problems, just break stuff.
That's a possibility.
He breaks your spirits when you try to play Nature's Prophet and you TP around pushing towers, and then every single time he fucking charges you, so you have to buy a fucking Lincoln Sphere, so you're behind on your fucking ags.
Don't go X. It's easy.
So you abandon the game and go next.
You need to go play Artifact like he did. Feels bad.
So you're saying evil?
Well, actually, he might be good. He is fighting for like his people. He is joining the Battle of the Ancients to protect the elemental plane. So he is kind of good.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Maybe.
He's kind of disfigured for Paladin.
Not really a paladin.
Mm.
I mean, lawful good is generally like a Paladin.
So generally, but that's like a good template though for those who like.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm feeling Lawful good now. He's just following his master and protecting the elemental plane.
Yeah, I think you're right about it.
He's not really like a zealot though.
I'm thinking about Lone Druid now. Is he really Lawful good? He's a druid.
He is protecting like the planet. I don't know, isn't he? Why did we put him there? I can't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know why he was put there, honestly.
Well, let's move on with...
Yeah, whatever.
Storm Spirit! He is so chaotic. Okay, basically, he was like... There was something... Because he was like alive and fighting Raijin the Thunder Celestial. And then they merged during the fight or something.
Oh, really?
So like their entire merging in like Origin of Storm Spirit is really inherently chaotic, and like storms and shit is chaotic, and like his behavior and spells, it's all chaos. Isn't it?
Kind
Yeah, I
of.
agree. Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, he's not good or evil, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, and then Void Spirit has to be neutral evil. That would be so symmetrical and nice.
Possibility.
Okay,
Actually, yeah.
so Sven was born half Maranth, half human, which is considered an abomination by the Vigil Knights, who his father was knight of. So I think they ended up killing his father. So Sven joined the Vigil Knights to avenge his father, and he did.
He was a Chad while doing it, honestly.
What did you say?
He was a Chad while he was doing
Yeah.
it. He basically infiltrated the very place that executed his father.
And he stole the coolest sword they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make him chaotic good?
I think he's chaotic good. Yeah, he's a like one-man army. He follows his own code. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that they killed his dad because he decided to fuck a fish woman, but each to his own.
Yeah, I would agree.
Techies! Basically, techies just want to make explosions, man. There's an endless trail behind them of things that are exploded in villages.
They're
that
not really
looked
evil
exploded.
though. I feel like they're more like chaotic good in that sense.
Chaotic good?
Yeah. They don't care.
What's
but
good about
They're
that?
not really evil. They're not really evil.
They're not good
They like
either.
explosions. Yeah, it's like how brew is to good alcohol, techies is to good explosions.
I'm not sold.
No, I
I'm
see.
not sure that's enough, yeah.
Chaotic neutral, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking either.
They
chaotic
don't
neutral-
necessarily want to kill anything, they just want a big explosion.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with chaotic neutral.
Okay, your girl, TA, aka best girl.
She is pretty. She's a good girl. I agree.
She's like basically just traveling around looking for knowledge to get deeper brain wrinkles. And like she learned to be super stealthy while doing it, so she can like go all over the place and get everywhere nobody else is gone.
Yeah, but she also has her own, like she is from the Templars and they have their own secrets that she's protecting. She's the protector of those secrets.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Yeah.
So it makes her lawful, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe. Yeah. Man, Jug is a lucky guy. Oh, my boy, TV. Okay, so basically, he was making a lot of chaos in hell. So they imprisoned him in like hell's hell, and then he was meant to like look into the mirror and like see the darkest parts of his personality, which was supposed to like be really bad and torture him, but instead like he thought it was cool, so he like conquered it and became it and like got out of there and like just got empowered
So
by it.
his metamorphosis form is his true inner self.
His
Yeah.
worst self. Yeah, they partnered up basically, and they now teach the listen to other people now.
He's
Demon
just
Marauder.
chaos incarnate.
Yeah, I think he's chaotic evil to do that.
But he's not evil though. He just
I
wants
think
to
he
fuck
is.
shit up. He's not necessarily evil.
Mm,
And he
He's
does respect Enchantress. Like he really loves Enchantress. And she is like good incarnate.
I wonder why.
I think he was able to
I mean,
begin-
when he meets Skywrath, he's like, "What kind of being are you?" He's really surprised. I think he's pretty fucking evil.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's evil.
What's
Yeah.
evil about him though?
There are a lot of things.
He's
a
fucking
demon
with
marauder.
Hell. He doesn't fuck with
Yeah,
people like
he-
Ange. He fucks with Hell. He
went
fucks
to-
with people who are pieces of shit.
He went to hell's hell.
He's so
Basically.
evil, yeah. He's so evil,
Yeah.
they had...
He was so evil they had to lock him up. Hell version of hell.
He was just being a piece of shit to other pieces of shit. How is that different from what the police are
It's like
doing?
Dexter then, right? Oh wow, I might be killing people, at least I'm
Yeah, he's basically L from Death Note. No, not L, I mean
Yeah.
Kira.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, no, wasn't really killing.
Is
He's
Kira
evil,
evil
dude.
though, or was he right?
There's no space, so
Oh no, there is. We'll make space.
TV being chaotic neutral, I can't believe you guys.
Why is he not evil?
I think he's evil.
Oh, I meant to put. I meant to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, he's not evil though.
Yes, quite
Yeah,
evil.
believe what you believe, but I think he's evil. How can
What
you not-
acts of good did he do?
He
He accepted
he's
himself.
mean to demons.
He's the mean demon.
If he was evil, okay, listen. Listen, okay. If he was evil, his reflection would have turned him mad. But that is why it didn't. Because his reflection, like, he was okay with it. He was fine with it because, like, there was nothing wrong with it.
No, it. What do you mean? If there was any good in him, he would turn mad because that good part would not be able to stand the bad part. You know what I mean? He would be conflicting. He's so bad, he's like so fucked in the head that he's fine with his worst self.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Tidehunter. So basically, he's a Levianth, and they worship Melron, the ocean god, and like, yeah.
Wow.
When we discussed Kunka, we kind of talked about him.
Yeah.
I don't know where to put him now.
I would still think he's evil.
I'm thinking
I'm not
lawful
sure.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with this one.
Timbersaw. So basically, his people, or the Augury Bay was attacked by the Veil of Augury. And the Augury Bay is where like his kin people reside, and the Veil of Augury is where the tree ants, the living trees, are from. And they attacked them, so Timbersaw, to fight them, made his... Or wait, first there was a flood or something, and then the trees came. And by the time they did, he had finished like his big saw suit. But that forever like traumatized him. But even though he was able to fight them and survive, it traumatized him forever, so now he like hates all trees.
He's just crazy.
Yeah.
He's just crazy. That's
I
all
would
he
say
is.
chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah, I guess.
There's something wrong here. Why is there a white
What?
line here? I think Shadow Shaman is the issue. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Well, you can edit it afterwards, right?
Yeah. Okay. Tinker. Basically, he made like a research team at the Violet Plateau where they were like researching shit, but then something went wrong and he opened a portal that let in like a bunch of bad stuff or something, and it exploded and they all died except him.
Half-Life. Yeah, Half-Life basically.
Yeah.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
And I think in one voice line, Templar Assassin is questioning whether or not maybe Tinker caused the incident. Like it wasn't an accident or something like that.
Oh.
I may be making it up, but I'm pretty sure. Let me check that.
Who knows? You can
Chaotic neutral, maybe? As well?
he is kind of crazy in its own right. Yeah, he's a genius.
Oh yeah, Juggernaut believes that Bush caused the Violet Plateau incident and is criminally responsible for all the deaths involved.
Oh yeah, speaking of things involved, Templar Assassin and Juggernaut had a little fling together apparently.
Yeah, Templar Assassin and Jug, they had it going on.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I wish that were me.
Okay, so Tinker, what did you say? What do you...
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Keen in general are just chaotic neutral.
What is Clockwork? He's kind of good. I'm neutral good.
Yeah, but he's a good boy though, the rest of them. Like he's so cute, he even calls the other Keens like his cousins and shit.
Yeah. Hey, like Stitch.
Okay, Tiny. I think nobody knows where he comes from. He
He doesn't know. Yeah, no one knows.
Yeah. He's just a big rock that
Oh
became
wait,
something.
I actually read a line. I don't remember what character it was. I think it was Arcward, and let me find it. I think he said something about his creation. Maybe. mean, you don't have to be silent while I do it, though.
Okay. Take your time. We can wait.
Okay.
Just edit all this out, you know.
I don't know. Tiny. I'm just thinking like I'm not getting anything on Tiny. I think it's just true neutral.
Yeah,
Or
also,
neutral
like,
good.
He doesn't know what he is, you know. Her spirit knows what he is, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Have you found it yet? How do you say it? Is it Ingvar, or Youngvar?
Okay, so I found the line. I don't know. Ingvar, I think. Ingvar. So, Tiny, the artisans knew not what they created in you. Artisans. It's Elder Titan voice line. When
Oh,
he meets
artisans. Oh.
Tiny. So artisans created him.
Like maybe the planet's creator then.
Yeah. I don't know what artisans means, so I don't even.
Isn't
never.
it?
Artisan, like an artist, like a sculptor.
Yeah, it's basically a word for creator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so. But Elder Titan knows who created him. He doesn't say though. He just says artisans knew what they not. Knew not what they created in you.
Huh.
So it's ambiguous. But Elder Titan knows. But yeah, I think he's true neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. So Treant Protector is from the Vale of Augury, where basically he's the ants from Lord of the Rings that grow in the forest that has like magical water growing there, making the trees grow strangely. And that's basically what he and his people are. So like he's protecting nature and shit by being an old ass living tree.
And then they sent him to the world.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Outside. That's kind of scary though. Like being like that one person to go out into the wild where no one knows.
Yeah. And it could
I think he's
be
lawful good.
it could be that he was the one who scouted out the Augury Bay civilization and had the trees attack it. It could be that it was Treant in fact who did
Oh.
do that. And that in which case, even though it is for the good of nature, it was a fucking genocide.
But that's debatable, right?
Well, the Treant people did it, but what's debatable is if it was Treant Protector who did notify the Treant Protectors about it. Cause
Why did they do that though?
because
Did
like
they attack?
the Keens were like expanding too much.
Oh, I see.
They're
So
like,
they will protect him themselves, so I think he's good.
yeah. Of course he is. He's a vegan.
What if he?
And he has healing skill.
Yeah. Is he lawful good or neutral good?
I was gonna say
Not
lawful.
sure.
I was thinking neutral.
I'm thinking lawful just because like he's been sent out and he follows like the orders.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Or what do you think, Semper? Do you think neutral?
No. I mean, it's more. I feel like it's more of a middle ground there, but yeah, I agree with the lawful good verdict.
So Troll Warlord, basically, like he's from this troll tribe where they grow up and they get fed and pandered and shit, and then they're let out in the world to form gangs with other trolls to raid and shit. And in his group, he was, and they're all known to be super like angry and obnoxious, yeah. But Troll Warlord for some reason made even other trolls super annoyed. So, and when he demanded too much loot, they got really mad and like banished him from their camp and like beat him up. And so he returned and killed them all and never wanted to work with others again. He's just a
Talk about group
griefer.
projects. That's how we make group projects, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking
Chaotic evil.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in an asshole category, along with Grimstroke and Pugman.
Yeah, see how you have all those assholes and Chaos Knight there. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. CK is probably chaotic neutral.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, but we'll do that when we're done with all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Okay, Tusk. So isn't his... Because Bristleback's story is the whole fight between them, right? But isn't Tusk's story more about him being the snowball from Cobalt or something? Like him being in a different fight? Because he's like always in bar fights.
He was a legend apparently, essentially.
Yeah.
And they have like, he likes CM.
Yeah.
They're friends. They're good friends.
I don't think Tusk being friend zoned, that's what I think is happening.
Well, they've known each
mean-
other since they were children.
Yeah, that's a perfect recipe.
The childhood friends.
Yeah. And like his accent sounds kind of like it's either Swedish or Finnish. Either way, he has a really annoying accent, so I don't blame her for not liking him.
Neutral good? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
thinking. But he's not that different from Bristleback. I don't know. Aren't they kind
He's
of
more.
similar?
He's definitely more friendly.
Yeah, that's true. Underlord! Wait, why is it so tiny? What the fuck?
Wow.
Okay, hold on, let me just fix this real quick.
Poor
Okay.
Warlord.
So basically he's like from Aziog, which is like an underground city or country or whatever, where like all his, what are they called? Are they just called Abyssal? What are they called? Like his people. Do they have a name?
I don't know.
I can't remember. What are they called? Whatever. Him and his people, like the abyssal people, the underground people, they sometimes come to the surface to like attack people. Like for example, the Stone Hall, which we talked about earlier with the Legion Commander. And he's also planning on attacking the Night Silver Woods, where Mirana and Luna is from. And yeah, he's basically just a big piece of shit who's controlling like a big piece of shit army.
Yeah, I think it's Lawful Evil maybe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. Abyssal Horde.
Yeah. Okay, Undying. Basically, he used to be in this army, but then, like, he doesn't remember that much of his past life because he has been undead for so long, which is what happens when you start hearing the dirge song, which raises the dead and make them, like, follow the dead god, basically. And he has been, like, in the undead army for so long, he doesn't even remember who he was, basically.
Maybe
Lawful
Neutral
Evil.
Evil. Lawful?
I mean, he's following the
The song?
George, yeah. Like,
Yeah. I'd say Lawful Evil.
Yeah, probably.
Or Lawful Neutral. He's not necessarily evil. I don't know. Maybe he is. Yeah, he's evil.
He's bringing death
Yeah.
with him, so I think that's kind of evil.
Okay, Ursa. He's like, isn't his lore that he's basically just protecting the cubs of his
Yeah.
Ursine people or something?
yeah, something
He's a
like that.
good boy.
Yeah, he's a good. He did nothing wrong. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
But gameplay wise, goddamn. Scary.
He just reads and blinks and bashes you instantly and kills you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm torn between chaotic good and neutral good. What do you think?
What do you see chaotic about him?
His playstyle.
He's similar with Beastmaster in a sense, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess neutral.
Yeah, I think neutral as well.
Okay, Venge. So basically, like, her sister fucked her. She was like the heir of the throne, but then her sister fucked her over, and like her wings got cut off, and she was sent to Earth, and like she asked the goddess of the Skywrath people for help, and like she turned her into the vengeful spirit.
Yeah, she pitied her and then gave her a chance for redemption with revenge, essentially. Kind of fucked up, but hey, you know, you have a chance to kill the people who killed you.
So revenge, like pure vengeance, is that chaotic or is it lawful?
I think that's neutral evil, maybe.
Neutral evil?
Yeah. Probably.
Isn't vengeance kind of lawful though? Because you're basically like tying your free will to the simplest, like one simple cause, which is to get revenge. It's kind of like, it's not a very chaotic or random thing, it's a very specific rule-led thing.
Yeah,
I don't think it makes it lawful though.
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe
sure
not.
she's enough into that to make her lawful evil.
Now look at Underlord, look at Undying. They're following some set of ideas. Venge is just revenge.
Yeah,
Pure revenge.
I agree. Okay, Venomancer, basically he was traveling around this island that's known for like having evolved to be super poisonous. Everything is super poisonous, or venomous, whatever. And then while running around trying to find some ingredients or whatever, he got bitten by some reptile, and then he like super fast tried to make an antidote, but then he ended up like transforming and being reborn as the Venomancer, the most toxic thing on the entire island. And he's like super evil. He wants to like just kill people with his venom.
I feel like he just became really crazy after he transformed.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah. I just like to add that this is the most stupid lore that I think.
Really?
No sense whatever. Why would the human turn into this?
Yeah, the fact that he was human is like,
Yeah,
what?
like this part is just doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, a lot of things shouldn't make any sense, but we kind of accepted it. Like Terrorblade, for example, we accepted that within the heartbeat.
Terrorblade's lore is the best in the game. Watch your mouth.
Okay.
Anyway, this guy, like, evil, chaotic evil, I don't know.
I'd say chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Or neutral evil, but I'm thinking more chaotic. Especially in Artifact, where I think he's literally just there to poison people. Or something. Am I right?
I don't remember what to know about him.
Let me check.
Right.
Oh, they updated the Artifact wiki.
Wow.
It looks epic now. Actually, no, this is pretty unepic. It's too bright. Okay, Artifact. Most people are gonna see work with sleep. But I am not most people. I am a man of vision. Yet, together we will spread a delicious poison across this countryside, purging it of weakness and stupidity. That's like, his Artifact lore is almost even stupider. He's just there to poison people.
Yeah.
I mean, he references Plague Ward's daughter, so that's kind of adorable in its own right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even chaotic in itself.
What
Maybe
did you
just
say?
Neutral. It's not
Maybe.
very chaotic.
Yeah, you're right.
Like systematic, like
Like, yeah,
eugenics, essentially.
yeah.
Okay. Viper,
Yeah.
he was a nether drake, which are from like... Isn't that the same place as Pugna or something? Because...
Yeah, he was
Nether realm.
He was basically Pugna's pet.
Yeah. So Pugna tried to make him his pet, but somehow he was able to escape. And in Artifact, he is seeking out Pugna to like kill his master, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or his former
If-
master.
If they make Pugna Arcana, they gotta make it with Viper Pet.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't think that will ever happen though.
No. Feels bad, man.
Can you hear the lawn being mowed outside?
A
Yes.
little bit.
Yeah.
Shit. Man, I don't know how long it will be going on for. Is it very loud?
No.
It's just subtle, it's just there.
Okay. Do you think it's gonna be fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Viper, where would you put him? Let me check. He doesn't seem like inherently evil. He's just mad that he was enslaved.
Yeah.
Yeah, the malevolent familiar of a sadistic wizard who captured and hoped to tame him. Viper was curiously glad to have been sprung from the sealed and unchanging subterranean nether reaches, where his race blah blah blah. Is he just freed from his master? That's all it says. Like, it doesn't say anything about, like, yeah.
I mean, he
Nice
didn't.
voice.
He didn't really learn any good lessons from that. He didn't went on to like spread good around the world. Like, his
Yeah.
skills are poison, more poison, toxin. So I would definitely not good. Maybe even not neutral. I'm not sure about Lawful or Chaotic.
Yeah.
He likes what he does. I think he's evil.
Yeah.
It's pretty evil, but it's not like it's neutral evil. Like it's just like Venomancer essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, Visage. So, in the underworld or afterlife or whatever, he's the one who makes sure people don't escape or something. I can't remember. He is. He's working with Razor to like keep people there, but I can't remember exactly what he does.
Like he's the one that guards like that one pretty much guards the veil.
Yeah, he's just guarding.
Returns back the ones who tried to escape
Yeah.
and stuff.
Essentially, yeah. But that's pretty much all he does.
So
And he's
nothing-
hunting Willow, which was surprising to me.
Wait, he is? How do you know?
From voice lines, I think like they have some beef.
With Dark Willow?
Yeah.
Can you show me?
All right. She's like super scared of him.
I would if the Visage with like, you know, some people a lot of familiars were after me. It wouldn't be.
Where is it?
Are you sure you don't mean Monkey King?
No. It's hard to find. I'll do it. She has so many lines. I swear there was one. I don't know, I'll send it later maybe.
Okay. Well, either way, he's definitely lawful. And maybe neutral, like Razor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's definitely lawful.
Just like Razor.
Yeah.
warlock. He basically is like a scholar whose dream is to write a book where he's keeping all the spells he's gathered over time. Like he's all over the place, traveling around looking for old spells and books, ancient and forgotten. And he's trying to like write his own book, but he's not succeeding because he can't write. Or he can't write good.
No, it's just like he's read every single grimoire that to this point he's gonna make his own now. That's just his lore.
Yeah, but there's also voice lines that like he's not very good at writing. Which is really funny.
Yeah, there's one line I remember where it was Skywrath and he kills Warlock. He's like, I'll put you down like a bad book. Haha, XD. Funny.
Okay, but like he's not evil. He's not good either. Like he's not fighting for anyone. He's very selfish. Or not selfish, but like he just cares about him and himself, like his own aspirations and goals.
Yeah, let's say chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Weaver. He's the one who's writing the reality of the Dotaverse. He was part of like keeping up the regular reality, but then he tried to like add his own original things to reality, which made the guardians of the reality mad. So they rewrote the reality without him. So he was free to like he got like his small part of reality that he could like keep writing as he wanted to.
Yeah, whatever he wanted, essentially.
Which is like the Dota world reality. But why he is in the Battle of the Ancient, I don't know. Like why is he not just
Whoever knows, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he true neutral? I don't know, he's kind of chaotic though, because he tinkered with reality when he shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, Windrunner. So she's basically the same as okay, so when she was born, there was like a big wind or a storm or something that killed her family, and then the wind took care of her and like raised her, so she got power over the wind. And she might be Lena and Crystal Maiden's third sister.
Who knows?
Who knows?
And a very busy mother, I'll tell you that much.
Where's that theory coming from, though?
From me.
What if Drow Ranger was the fourth sister? And it was just, you know,
What if
Pog? Pog you?
And then Luna and Miranda too.
Oh, wow.
We're all sisters.
No, but I actually have a theory about Windrunner being the third sister. I don't actually believe it, but like it is kind of like
It's what
kind
they
of
toss around, yeah.
Okay, but yeah, she's true neutral, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds about right.
She's not good, she's not evil, she's not chaotic, she's not lawful.
Yeah.
Okay, Winter Wyvern. Basically, she's just going around on adventures, finding inspirations for her books, because she has writing block. And she also, like, she wants to kill Goodkind, who is, like, her biggest competitor right
Enemy,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Fucking Axis Writer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, an artifact.
It's just a competition, like book selling competition, basically.
I see.
It's
So,
not like seriously want to kill him, it's just like a remark.
Hmm.
no, she definitely wants to kill Goodkind. She wants to eat her.
That's pretty.
She's just really jealous of Goodkind, essentially.
Or wait, do you not think she's serious?
I don't think that's very serious. I don't know. Anyway, I don't have no idea where to put her on this chart.
True neutral then.
Well, so she's not evil because she did become allies with Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
Like, she did terrorize the people before Crystal Maiden came and said, like, stop doing that, but she didn't, like, she obliged, you know? Yeah, maybe true
I would
neutral.
put her true neutral.
Yeah.
Maybe chaotic neutral, though, because she does act on her own, you know? I don't know, true neutral.
Possible.
Okay, Witch Doctor. We know basically nothing about him other than that he's from far away, the
Witch
island.
Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
What was that?
Oh, can you hear? Is it loud?
Yeah.
It was,
Heard Dr. Little talk.
yeah, it was underlord voice line. But I found it. It's just she says I won't go to the narrow maze to Visage, but she does it in a very like scared voice.
Oh.
So I think like it's my theory that she might have died and she's escaping the warden of the narrow maze Visage.
Huh.
But I think that's literally just based on that line.
Well, but if she has that line with Visage, there could be something there.
Because like Razor, she just like laughs at Razor. I don't fear you, Razor. Learn to use that whip better. But Visage, she's very scared.
Well, to be honest though, Visage is more spooky than Razor.
Yeah, Razor is literally like what, a man in the dress with whip. Like how scared can you be?
When she was released, I was going through every line, and she's like super confident with everyone, and just takes a piss out of everyone except for Visage. That's why I think that.
Possible.
Okay. Well, Witch Doctor, he is from far away, and he's like very mysterious, and like nobody knows what the fuck. And yeah.
That's about right.
I don't know. He's really difficult because we literally know nothing about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Let's remember the model from like Warcraft 3. That's about it though.
I think true neutral or chaotic neutral. I think more chaotic neutral maybe, because like he only follows himself and like.
I mean, he like carries skulls with him and stuff.
You think he's
Yeah.
evil?
Well, that's kind of okay for witch doctors. Like,
He does heal.
He does, but I'm not sure about.
it's like more necroman. I'm getting like necromancy vibes from this guy.
I mean, that's voodoo. That's not
Yeah.
necromancy.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I agree with Anger about chaotic neutral, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, Wraith King. Oh, there's only 2 left. Ooh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So like originally there was Skeleton King who was like, oh, I can't remember. He was like the king of bones, whatever. His kingdom was made of bones, and like, didn't he like kill people to get like more bones for the empire or something? I don't even remember.
I wasn't playing Dota then.
But then, for some reason, like obviously because of copyright reasons actually, but like in the lore, for some reason, he decided he couldn't be of bone anymore. So he instead, basically it's just a Lord of the Rings thing. You remember those, the wraiths? The green people who like in the 3rd movie, they come to the aid? I think,
Yeah.
honestly,
I'm
I
not
think
a
when they
fan
were
of that.
writing the lore, they were super inspired by Lord of the Rings. But like he's a big piece of shit. Like he's super evil, and he's got the hots for Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's based.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Maybe that's one of the reasons he tried to like put on some weight, you know?
Yeah, who knows?
Okay, Skeleton King, victim of a longevity spell that backfired. So he built an empire from the bones of his enemies. And yeah, he's building on his empire with bones of his enemies. Yeah, everything is made out of bone, basically. And then Wraith King, which was like the Wraith Knight event, whatever. After the ceremony of Wraith Knights. Yeah, because bone itself could perish, so he needed something that was more permanent, which was Wraith energy.
Or a lost
I guess.
wizard.
So he transformed everything to Wraith energy instead of just bone.
I see. I would put him in neutral evil.
Either neutral or local evil.
Yeah, either or of those.
I'm not really feeling very lawful.
I mean, yeah, it's just like if he's gonna be added to underlords, he's probably be a knight. So that's like the only thing I'm going from.
Oh, he's also
Not
a king.
warrior?
Yeah, I think he would be a knight.
Knight warrior pog.
Nah.
He would be undead warrior for sure, because there is already an undead knight.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, kings are kind of knights in a way, like advanced knights.
Sand King, no, is he?
Sun King is not really a knight. No.
What king is a knight? Tell me one king that's a knight.
In Europe medieval system. like,
No, in Underlords.
That feeling when you don't play underlords.
Oh, that must feel good. That's like the ultimate low IQ game. I'm actually ashamed of playing Underlords.
I'm so bad at it, I don't know why.
Just
never
get the
won a
right
match.
pieces, man. 5 head.
I never won a match.
Just
Even when I
roll it.
tried to
Really?
cheat, even when I tried to cheat with the corner, was Cottle.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't. They killed me. And one time I had a cool strategy. What did I? Evasive guys. I was
Elusive?
wrecking
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
and then they just last round I just got wrecked by mages.
Oh wow.
Anyway, neutral evil then, probably for rescue.
Oh, neutral evil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
And Zeus boy.
So Zeus's lore is that basically he cheated on his wife, so she took half his power. And so he's on Earth having to redeem himself until she can like forgive him and give it back, right? Like his wife Hera.
He was also a swan at one point too.
Yeah, while he was cheating on her, didn't he?
Yeah.
Turn into a swan?
Yep.
I think that was it.
In the Greek mythology, he was a lot of animals.
Yeah.
I mean, the mythology happened because Zeus couldn't keep it in his pants. That's the main reason why it happened.
Yeah.
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 So chaotic, neutral, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, chaotic neutral.
He's not really good. He's actually not good at all because like
Yeah.
he doesn't care if he destroys things.
Same thing as Mars, you know? Mars.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. So let's go from the bottom and see if we still agree with all of these things. So Abaddon, yes. Alchemist. Do you still think Alchemist is chaotic neutral?
Yeah.
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 I guess. Anti-Mage, do you still think he's lawful neutral and not good?
It's gonna take a while if we do.
Yeah, it's gonna take us a longer time by going through.
I honestly only debating on Lone Druid and Chaos Knight.
Okay, let's see.
I'm debating Warden. and
Okay,
Chaos
let's
Knight.
start with Lone Druid and Chaos Knight. Okay, Chaos Knight. What do you think now?
I think he's Gothic
Gothic
neutral.
Yeah.
Gotta.
And then you said Lone Druid.
I don't know, like
What do you-
because definition of Druid in D&D is like true neutral, but I don't know how that fits with that character. So I don't know. He's like. Why did we think he's lawful?
Well, he is sworn to protect nature, which is puts him in lawful because he's serving Verdesia or whatever.
He's serving a pretty much like a one-man like pack essentially, where he has to wait until the end of time until everything's over. So
Yeah,
he
but
plans to see it again.
so does Nature's Prophet, right? He's also
So
serving.
Nature's Prophet's more of protecting the nature here and now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah. Take
And
it back.
good.
He's more of a protector instead of upholding the law, in which that Lone Druid is upholding the law of the teacher essentially, the
Right,
noble
right.
cause. Yeah.
Alright.
And then who did you say, Duke?
Arc Warden.
Arc Warden? Yeah, I agree.
He's definitely not chaotic.
Mm.
I think that's because like the one person I know who plays him all the time is Chaotic Neutral. I think that's why I placed him there. Okay, what is he actually though? A lawful neutral?
Maybe lawful. Like we put Elder Titan in lawful.
Mhm.
He's kind of like an Elder Titan.
I agree.
Maybe.
I agree. Do you
So
disagree?
I'm actually surprised that it's pretty much like all over the place instead of being only one.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely there's more good characters than I thought they're gonna be. I thought they're gonna be much more evil.
Mm.
I thought like we're gonna put almost all of them into chaotic neutral territory. Or something like that.
Okay, who else? Do you have anyone Semper Pi you want to discuss?
Nah, not really anymore. I pretty much settled on all this.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just move CK real quick.
And what about your boy TB?
Wait, where is CK? I'm just gonna move him so it looks better. No, I agree. TB is chaotic evil. Okay. Wasn't there more we were undecided on though, or is this it?
I think this is it.
Yeah. We were discussing Brood a lot, thinking what's up with that.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I'm fine with Lawful Evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Okay. So this is the final alignment chart we landed on with all the Dota heroes. Thank you so much to my boy Duke, Ansel, Semper Pi, and Ingvar for helping me out. Does any of you want to say anything before we end?
Quop is the
Make
best
artifact
hero.
great again. Please, Valve.
Oh,
Please,
and
I beg you.
subscribe to
Yeah.
Semper Pi on YouTube. He makes epic artifact and Dota 2 content. Anyone want to contest Ingvar's claim that Quap is the best hero? Nope. Okay, it's decided.
Wow.
I guess we're all just
Easy.
tired.
Okay, for me it's TB. Okay, I'm gonna end it like that. For
I
me it's
actually-
TB.
Hate that Queen of Pain gets no changes and patches. Like literally.
It's because
all
she's
Cause she already perfect.
I mean,
Girl, you're
that's
not gonna
kinda
change.
true. That's kind of true. But I do want some changes because her win rate is kind of low.
Man, I
Or is
remember
it?
when I first started playing, she was super OP. So it's really weird to see like
The
how
best
she's
time
using-
was when she had Blade Mail Octarine lifesteal. That was the only time she was like very powerful late game. If you go late game, you don't lose. It was great. But then they removed the lifesteal from Blade Mail.
Yeah,
Spell life
that's
steal.
good.
Oh well. Well, gamers, with that, thank you so much for doing this with me. And yeah. Peace.
Pog.